Welcome to Missoula, Montana. Perfect day for college football. Playoff-type atmosphere is on tap. It's Military Appreciation Day, and the fans are geared up. The tailgaters, the band as well, for this regular season matchup at Washington-Grizzly Stadium. It's the Missouri Valley in the Big Sky, North Dakota against Montana. Hi everybody, I'm Trey Bender alongside number 37, Jordan Tripp. Glad you're with us. This is the game of the week in FCS football. A couple ranked teams, a couple big conference opponents squaring off here, and this one could have late season implications.
It could. This is a dream if you're a player to play in an atmosphere like this. It's going to be loud, it's going to be electric, and typically the teams that control their emotions and do their job are the ones who come out on top in a contest like this.
North Dakota's got a good one at quarterback in Jerry Kaminsky, a big arm, and he is a mature sophomore.
Very good with the ball in his hands. He protects the ball, he makes good decisions, he gets them in and out of plays. You can tell that the coaches ask a lot of him. What's going to be interesting is that he is going to have to handle Montana's pressure from all over the field. Look for him at the line of scrimmage doing a lot of work pre-snap today.
Second year in the system, and he's very confident running this offense, and they have played well in their first two games. Now, when you talk about the North Dakota defense, for 30 years, they've run the 3-4, different alignment this year.
They're going to run the 4-2-5. You're going to see 4 down linemen, and the reason that Coach Schmidt likes it so much is because you can be multiple with pressures, you can be multiple in taking away the slot passing game, something you see a lot of in the Missouri Valley Conference, something you see North Dakota State do a lot. You wonder if there's a little bit of that there. When they get into a 3-down front, it's going to be because Montana's going to be getting to big personnel with a lot of tight ends.
The guy that sets the tone is their linebacker, Malachi McNeil. He's a special player.
He's a specimen. You flip on that Kansas State film, him at the point of attack, he's got extremely strong hands and knockback at the point of contact. Look for him to have a big day today, Trey.
Now, Montana, game one, they pass with flying colors, especially with their offense. They've got the 1-2 punch, the Thunder and the Lightning. Eli Gilman and Michael Wortham, fantastic.
Well, Eli Gilman's Mr. Reliable, home run ability. Wortham, home run ability. Eli Gilman is great at the point of attack. Michael Wortham will make you miss in a phone booth. People do not give him enough credit, though, for how strong he is and how balanced he is running the football.
All Big Sky guys, maybe all American guys. How about Gilman between the tackles, so powerful?
He is. I mean, he sits there and he hides behind the offensive line, keeps his shoulders square, presses it, and then pops. And again, he's got that home run ability. You can see him when he hits the hole and makes a decision. He's lightning.
Moving up the charts in the career annals rushing yardage, maybe a 1,000-yard season.
Maybe a 1,000, maybe a 2,000-yard season. He has the ability to have a huge year this year.
How about this guy, electric, Wortham?
Again, make you miss in a phone booth. This guy can shake, he can move. He gets the ball at running back, he gets it at quarterback, he gets it in the slot, he gets it outside. You have to account for him on defense because he's going to get the ball.
A lot to look at as we gear up for this one. And joining us on the sidelines, as always, week to week, is Kyle Hansen. Kyle?
Yeah, guys, great to be here with you, Trey and Jordan. What a beautiful day for college football in Missoula. We're hanging on to the last little bit of summer here in town, and September is finally here. Let's go ahead and take a look at our weather report. We're presented by Stockman Bank. 74 degrees, winds about 6 miles an hour, come from the west-northwest, and honestly, it's just a bright bluebird day, sunny as it could be. So that's a great day here for college football here in Missoula, and that's a look at your Stockman Bank weather report, Montana's brand of banking. And as you guys mentioned earlier on, playoff atmosphere is the perfect way to describe a game like this. You can see the team coming out, the fans are on their feet, and last year's game had bigger implications on the seasons for these two programs than people want to mention, and it was such a weird game because Montana dominated that first half, almost 300 yards of total offense, leading 24-7 at halftime, and then North Dakota completely flips it, 24 minutes to 6 in terms of time of possession. Grizzlies 1 first down in that second half, and North Dakota walks away with the win. Both teams in that game showed they had flashes, but couldn't quite put it together, which was kind of the story of both of their seasons. So today's game's got a lot of big implications for it being a non-conference opponent, but a familiar opponent at the same time. So guys, take it away.
Thank you, Kyle. Yeah, there's a little bit of a rivalry sense here when you think about Big Sky against the Missouri Valley and neighboring states, and they've had some history, these two.
Football means a lot to North Dakota fans. Football means a lot to Montana fans. There's no pro team. These are their pro teams. Montana, Montana State, North Dakota State. This is as big as it gets if you're from Montana or North Dakota. It's a playoff atmosphere that could have implications down the road pending success from these two programs.
The Fighting Hawks, Division II national champions in 01. They've been playing football since 1894, 27 conference titles. And Eric Schmidt at the helm, taking over for Bubba Schweigert. He's seen a lot of football. He's putting his stamp on this program.
Coach, he has a lot of success. He's a very detailed individual. You can tell by the way that his team plays.
And
you
there
can see,
there you see last year, we talked about this. This is going to be a battle, it appears.
I mean, Montana started fast, North Dakota finished strong. There's a lot to play for in this game.
North Dakota's going to get the football first. A capacity crowd here at Grizz as Ty Morrison, the senior from Valencia, California, will kick it away.
You can feel the energy right now in the stadium. It is loud, it's electric. Both of these teams are fired up and eager to get going.
Christian Hawkins is the deep man standing on the goal line, along with Deng Deng. A line drive kick. It's going to be Hoskins taking it at the 5-yard line. Across the 27, and he's gang tackled right there, and that's where North Dakota will go to work. This is a team that put 35 on the board, a loss at K-State, 50 against Portland State in their last game.
They have a dangerous offense. Kaminsky's at the helm. He gets them in and out of their checks. Look for him to have a really big day. Look for him to see how he identifies where pressure is going to come from against Montana. He's so calm, Trey. You see how he did against Kansas State. He's extremely calm.
48 points scored, number 2 in FCS for Kaminsky. And the crowd will be a factor here, as it always is at Grizz from the 27. He'll run it right with Sawyer Seidel. Nothing doing. Good pursuit to the boundary. And no gain on first down. You talked about Kaminsky, won the Dave Craig Award out of high school in Wisconsin for the quarterback of the year. He is a seasoned sophomore.
He handles the ball, handles pressure. He handles everything the coaches give him well. And he's just poised. He doesn't get rattled. It's very impressive.
He spreads the wealth, completions to 10 different receivers each game. Loss on that last play on 2nd and 11, looking to the air. Deep downfield, got a man open and he missed him. Had an opportunity that time as he tried to get the ball down the field to B.J. Fleming. Hunter Peck was chasing the quarterback. Today's Players to Watch brought to you by the Jewelry Design Center. Jordan?
Well, Ramatka and Anderson, two very physical people. Ramatka is a basketball player. Luzke and Harper, look for them to be moving all over the field on defense. Both of those guys had a great week last week.
We talked about blitz schemes and how they can be a factor. Here's a 3rd and 11 situation. Grizz are sending the blitz with wing, and the pass is incomplete, intended for Fleming.
All right, Trey, well, first down, 4-man front for Montana. The next 2 plays, 3-man front. They got pressure into Kaminsky's face from different positions, and they set a hard edge on that first run, which put him behind the sticks on first down. That's a big win for Montana's defense.
As they force Kaminsky into the quick throw, and we'll be looking for the blitz on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. As Luke Silvernail, 3-year starter, back to punt it. He stands on his 12, and the dangerous Wortham back to receive it. It's going to be Deck instead back as a punt returner, and that's going to bounce inside the 20. Then it's fielded by Deck, and he's out of bounds at the 22-yard line.
Good start for the Montana defense, getting off the field. Decent field position for Montana offense. You know, looking at the North Dakota offensive line, you can tell that they're going to want to try to establish their dominance up front. They did it against Kansas State. It's an extremely physical offensive line. Look for Montana to do the same thing with their offensive line.
Keely Ayat last week, a couple mistakes, but overall a pretty good outing.
Well, he bounced back after his mistakes, and he didn't do that a lot last year or a year ago. Look for him to go forward in progression and command of the offense, and just overall do better.
The OC Brent Pease says he's looking to take one more step at quarterback as they go to the run game, and nothing doing up the middle as Gilman is shut down after maybe a yard gain. Today's Players to Watch brought to you by the Jewelry Design Center.
Well, Jai Martin and Lance Rucker make this defense go in the 4-2-5. Rucker and Drew Deck had their best week as Grizz. Look for them to get involved more in the offense.
Pistol formation here on 2nd down and 10. They'll hand it off to Gilman again as he tries the middle, spins out of one tackle, pushes forward. Great effort across the 27 to the 28-yard line. It'll set up a 3rd down and 4. Zach Lewis, the rover, on the stop.
Trey, it's no secret what both of these teams want to do. They want to establish the line of scrimmage. North Dakota starting with the run, Montana starting with the run. You see North Dakota right here getting into big personnel. They're going to try to run the ball early in Montana and see if they have that option today.
They're going to go tempo here on a 3rd down and about 4. 3 receivers left. Ayat looking to the right side, flushed out of there, downfield with it, and that is intercepted. It was intended for Brooks Davis and picked off. Good coverage on that far sideline. Antonio Blewett was with him step for step, and he made the play.
Blewett had great eyes on that play, running in phase with the receiver, going up and making a play on the ball. And something that you don't see on TV, that sun was right in his eyes, and he caught the football. Unbelievable. Great play by North Dakota. Great play taking the ball off of Montana, and they got the ball back for their offense.
Junior from Buffalo, Minnesota. They get the football back at their 31. Kaminsky, who won the job over Javance Tupuada-Johnson, the San Diego State transfer, at quarterback, hands it off to Seidel. Seidel straight ahead. They try the middle, and again, it's going to be tough sledding, I think, all day long. But they're going to continue to run that. That's a yard pickup. Diesel Wilkinson, the nickel, on the stop.
Both teams flexing their muscles up front, trying to establish the line of scrimmage and dominance early. They want to see who can win on 1st down, 3 or more yards. Great job by Kaminsky getting them into that.
Nathan Romadka in at the tight end spot, just off the line of scrimmage. Top of the screen there. Change at the line from the quarterback. Handoff, Seidel, slanting right, a couple yards, that's it. Elijah Tolbert, the Eastern Illinois transfer, all Ohio Valley guy for the Grizz on the stop.
So when Kaminsky comes up to the line there, he's checking the safeties, and you see the safety roll down to his left, so he changes the run from his left to his right. Watch him do that. That's how you can tell the coaches trust him with command of the offense.
That's your Whitefish Credit Union replay. 3rd down. Ramaka shuffles in motion. Grizz showing blitz. They're coming. Kaminsky over the middle, and it is caught. It's going to be short of the 1st down. A few yards short. Micah Harper was right on that play as it was hauled in by Nate DeMontenac.
Impressive by Micah Harper driving on the football. Also impressive by Kaminsky fitting this ball in there. I know it wasn't a 1st down, but what a throw and catch. You could tell these teams are competing at a high level early on in this game.
Boy, nothing easy, run game or pass game so far. Luke Silvernail with his 2nd punt attempt from the 23. Deck is standing back at the Montana 20. End over end kick. Deck's going to come up on it, call a fair catch, and make it at the 21. So a Grizz turnover, but no damage done. They get a 3 and out on defense. They'll get the football when we come back. Last season in Grand Forks, Kyle Hansen told us September 7th, Ayat, Xavier Harris, 37-yard touchdown, opened the scoring. Gilman, 63-yard run to pay dirt. And it was a great start for Montana. Fonts got another score. They led 24-7. Second half, whole different story. North Dakota gets 2 touchdowns in the first 10 minutes of the 3rd quarter. The Fighting Hawks defense holds Montana to 1 first down in the half. Grizz end up missing a long field goal. Frustration for Bobby Houck, and North Dakota wins it 27-24.
Yeah, Montana's looking to bounce back from last season against North Dakota in that 2nd half.
Here's an incomplete pass. First play of this series. Gilman can't hang on off the pass attempt from Ayat.
You don't see that too often from Gilman, dropping the ball, getting bobbled. I wouldn't be shocked if they don't come back to that, though. There's something there.
Pistol look here with the All-American right behind the sophomore quarterback. In motion goes Bohannon. They'll hand it off to Gilman. Tries to bounce to the outside. He gets the corner turn. 1st down across the 35. And Eli Gilman up to the 40. He did that a couple times last week, Jordan. He's so good at bouncing off of tacklers. Payne Parks on the tackle, 18-yard pickup.
What an explosive run from Eli Gilman. Watch him stay patient and look outside to his left and bounce. And then he hits the juice in a stiff arm, the physical finish by Eli Gilman.
And they're going to go tempo here quickly as they get up to the line, and now backing off is Ayat with the ball at the 41-yard line. Gilman so dangerous. 31 rushing touchdowns, third-team preseason All-American. His first big gainer. He'll get his number called again, trying to run right. Not much doing this time. Maybe a yard. Lance Rucker on the stop. Let's take a look. We have a new system for our Marsh McLennan Agency fan zone this season. Scan the barcode on the bottom left of the screen. Follow the instructions. Send in your picture. Sponsored by Marsh McLennan Agency. We'll share some of our favorites later in the game. The fan zone. A yard, and that's it for Eli Gilman. Play fake this time for Ayat. Looks to the sideline, and that's almost picked off again. Again, that was Blewett. It was intended for Brooks Davis.
Good throw by Kaylee Ayat. Really good defense by Blewett. Again, staying in his hip pocket. You see him being patient and driving and sitting when the receiver sits. I like that the refs are letting them play. It's football. There's some hand fighting. Two very good teams. Let them play ball today. Great job by North Dakota breaking the pass up.
Veteran Greg Wilson, our lead referee here. Blewett third on the depth chart, but he was a starter last year before suffering an injury. They feel pretty good about their guys on the back half of that defense.
They have a lot of speed on defense, and that's why Coach loves that 4-2-5 so much.
On 3rd and 9, Ayat, sideline, catch made, and it's Davis. He'll be well short of the first down. Blewett over there on the coverage, and they force a punt here near the 45-yard line.
Blewett's having a big day. Really strong showing by him in the first two series. On the interception, pass breakup, catch and tackle. He's had a lot of action early, and he's rose to the occasion and done a really good job.
Zach Lewis awaiting the punt. A Missouri Valley preseason watch list guy. He's a rover and a good punt returner, and the punt is away. And it's going to hit. Ty Morrison's punt will finally be down at the 16. Some pushing and shoving down there, but it'll be North Dakota football.
Well, that's just a special teams play. They teach you and try to push them in there.
1st and 10.
8:54 to go. Nothing settled so far. We're scoreless in Missouri.
Today's game is sponsored by the University of Montana. Build your skills the Montana way. Town Pump. Pump it up. Stockman Bank. Montana's brand of banking. Your Montana Chevy dealers. And Montana State University. Mountains and Mines.
The Van Buren Footbridge, picturesque setting here in downtown Missoula. We are scoreless. Defensive battle so far. North Dakota, after the punt, starts this series from their 16-yard line. They'll run it straight ahead with Xavier Lay, fifth-year senior from Troy, New York. There hasn't been a lot available up the middle. That's a 2-yard pickup.
Well, as a defensive guy, I think this is the best type of game you could watch. Just physical football with the front seven, just duking it out right now, and find out who's going to give in first.
They're trying to do this. It'd be their first road win against a top 5 team since 2018. That was an FCS power. Sam Houston State, they're now FBS. 2nd down. From the pistol, play action. Kaminsky, deep shot downfield. He's got a man and it's hauled in. Fleming. Fleming's going to take it the distance. Touchdown, North Dakota. 82 yards. And Jordan, you sense that they might take a shot over the top. They did.
You can hear a pin drop in this stadium right now. That's one way to get started. If you're Jared Kaminsky in North Dakota, you see him right here looking downfield and stepping into the throw. What a ball by Jerry Kaminsky and a catch by B.J. Fleming. The transfer from Northern Arizona, they are happy to have him in North Dakota.
His first touchdown catch this season. He had one on a at NAU as a playoff member a year ago. That's Kaminsky's 6th touchdown strike this season, and the extra point is no good.
Well,
so they leave the door open a little bit here.
Coach isn't happy about that.
Let's take a look at this play, though. The deep ball effective for the Fighting Hawks.
Very great call by Coach. caught Montana in an 8-man box. More to come back from Washington-Grizzly Stadium right after this. Take a look at Montana's safeties right here. Boyd and Cutler. Montana's in a too-high defense, and Kaminsky does a great job by seeing his receiver get behind the defense and putting it out there and throwing him open. That's a next-level play by Jerry Kaminsky. Really good throw by him.
They were hoping for one or two explosive plays here. They've been a sustained drive team so far this season, leading the FCS in first downs, and that is just what the doctor ordered for Coach Schmidt and company.
That's how you start fast, get points on the board, and you can continue to be balanced with the run and pass game if you're North Dakota.
But a missed extra point from Elrich. Now Kenton Loffman will kick it away, and that's over the head of Worthman. And the touchback, the Grizzlies will start down 6-0.
Well, Trey, if you're a Montana coach here, you're a Montana player in this situation, you have to take the play that's right in front of you. And you got to get positive yards. You got to get that running game going. I think you should get Eli Gilman the ball a little bit, get that offensive line rocking and rolling, and see if they can get some consistency and positive yards here.
North Dakota didn't have much cooking offensively before that big play. They go 2 plays, 84 yards. And now from the 25-yard line, Montana sets up. Gilman in the backfield. Blake Bohannon split bottom of the screen here. Handoff Gilman, trying to pick his way forward. They haven't had much success in the middle. Maybe a yard, maybe 2, up to the 27.
North Dakota's 4-man front's doing a really good job staying in their gaps and not allowing the line of scrimmage different levels, which is going to allow Eli Gilman to find a crease. They're doing a very good job playing responsibility football.
See what he did last week. Big Sky Co-Offensive Player of the Week against Central Washington. Has one big run so far today on second down. Ayat setting up the screen. Wortham's got it. Wortham trying to turn it to the outside. Guess who was there? Antonio Blewett. He is playing a monster game at that corner spot. Third down.
You can see why Coach likes the 4-2-5 so much. That play had some opportunity. Everyone owned their leverage and their responsibilities. Who was supposed to be outside, Blewett turned it back in. The guy's coming from inside, runs him down, makes a play, and now they're at a 3rd and 5, which is a good spot to be if you're North Dakota's defense.
Line to gain is the 30-yard line. Midway through this first quarter. Gilman shuttles in motion to the backfield now next to Ayat. Throws it to Gilman out of the backfield. He's got it, and he's close to the first down. Malachi McNeil hit him. That's a couple big bodies colliding there. Let's see where they mark it. A little bit short, it looks like.
Malachi McNeil was man-to-man on Eli Gilman. There's a little bit of a traffic issue in him getting over the top of the receiver. You see him work over the top of his traffic and make a really strong tackle on the ball carrier.
And they're going to go for it here, Jordan. A bit of a gamble here early in the game. 4th and 1 from their 34. In motion, Bohannon. Ayat. They go jumbo formation right behind the quarterback. Trying to get him to jump, and North Dakota's not biting on it. They're not going to snap the football. They tried to get the guys in green to jump, to no avail, and they're going to punt the football.
Man, this is a fun football game to watch right now. They are duking it out. Great discipline by North Dakota's defensive line, and that's one of the points of emphasis. When Coach came in, he said, we need to be disciplined. We need to be consistent. Nobody jumped off sides there. Really good job by North Dakota's defense.
It's a 4-2-5 alignment, 3-4 under Bubba Schweiger for a long time. And they have been very effective against the run game. As you look at Zach Lewis waiting on the punt from the 25. Kick away from Morrison, hangs it up there in the sun. Lewis is going to let it hit at the 30, and it hit a Grizz player, and it's down at the 25. That could have hopped inside the 10-yard line, but North Dakota instead will have it at the 26. Bobby Houck with his thoughts on North Dakota quarterback Jerry Kaminsky.
He looks like he's really prepared, you know, not just week to week, but he looks like he's ready to go. You know, he's just a sophomore, but he looks pretty veteran. He looks composed. He's run the ball well. He's been good in the RPO game in particular. He's hit passes downfield, so you know, seems to be accurate on the moves. They've got a lot of different things they do with him, and he seems to be handling it all pretty well.
So far, so good after the touchdown pass. Flag here, movement. They're going to back up North Dakota.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense on the left guard, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Liam Beecher, the left guard, but Kaminsky just 3 games as a backup, but he really is the right guy. He's the right fit right now.
He makes it all go for him. The coach gives him options at the line of scrimmage for run and pass to get him into whatever they want. And you see why they like him so much is because when you're a coach, you don't have to overcoach him. You can just let him play and feel the game out. Very smart player.
Their concern this year has been getting behind the sticks and not doing well on 1st and 2nd down. And this plays into the Grizz favor on defense. 1st and 15 now. Pressure coming. Kaminsky flushed out of there. Looking to run it. Giving chase is Brandon Bailey, and a hit out of bounds as he's knocked out, and the flag comes in late. Knocked out at the 29, and they're going to tack on some yardage here, it appears.
You can't do that if you're Montana's defense. You do a really good job getting them out of the pocket and on the run. Really great decision by Kaminsky, getting positive yardage where he can.
Personal foul, late hit out of bounds, defense number 57. 15-yard penalty from the end of the play, first down.
Jake Mason here. It's tough to hold off sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, but you have to. You've got to control your emotions, especially when the stakes are high, when the stadium's loud. He's a young player. When he comes to the sideline, he's going to get told that he needs to play within himself and play smart. There's no place for that as a defender for Montana.
So they tack on the 15, first down at the 45 now for the Fighting Hawks. Off to a good start on the road. Handoff straight ahead, Gavin Zebarth. He's the guy they call the Hammer, 205-pounder from Cambridge, Minnesota. Otluski on the stop, but a pickup of 8.
Big push by the offensive line of North Dakota, led behind Seth Anderson right there. He's a big, tall, strong, physical individual. Look to see who sets the tone early from both fronts.
It'll be Zebarth again. He's got a first down, and he crashes down to the Grizz 39-yard line. Zebarth, 51 carries and a touchdown coming in. Micah Harper, the free safety, finally knocked him down.
Well, North Dakota's not doing anything different than you see the double teams right there and working up to the 2nd level. There's no shifting. It's saying we're bigger, we're stronger, and we're going to push you up the ball until you stop us.
This is another veteran guy, 33rd game at the running back spot in this North Dakota program. First down at the 39. Now Kaminsky going to change it up.
Not saying it's going to happen, but this is the section of the field where they like to take chances if they're on offense.
Pistol look, they're going to throw out of it. Kaminsky, and they're not on the same page. You wanted B.J. Fleming, who turned one way, the ball went the other way.
Well, Montana elected to be in cover 2 defense right there, and Jerry Kaminsky switched the play at the line. He's supposed to run a hitch right there. If they're in cover 3, he's supposed to run a go route. He knew what he was supposed to get, and it was there if the receiver ran the right route.
2nd and 10 now. There's a look at Otluski, who's a factor off the edge. Grizz leading returning tackler coming in. In motion goes Mason South, their junior tight end. Kaminsky rolling away from pressure. Has some room to run if he wants. He's going to tuck it, and he's out of bounds with Peyton Wing giving chase at the 34-yard line.
Everybody talks about how smart Kaminsky is, how good he is at changing the play at the line, dealing with everything the coaches give him. He can run. He can run. He is fast. He had 70-plus yards last week. He had 50-plus yards against Kansas State. He can run. He's dangerous with his legs.
Big play here, 3rd and 5. Neither team's converted on 3rd down.
You've got 4 eligibles right here to the right. Number 84 is not eligible. The tackle is into the boundary.
And a penalty flag comes in. Clock runs out. No, they got the timeout. They had one official saying there was motion. The other said timeout was called.
Prior to the snap, timeout. University of North Dakota. They're first.
Well, that's a big timeout.
30-second timeout.
They could have been in a 3rd and 10 situation. Now a message from the Jewelry Design Center.
More choices. We are Jewelry Design Center, and we want to be your jeweler for life. Come see us in Missoula, on Brooks, across from the Montana Club.
6-0 North Dakota in front of Montana. All right, 3rd and 5 situation. From a Montana perspective, you can dial up the blitz here. What's North Dakota thinking?
Well, North Dakota's going to be thinking Montana likes to pressure on 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4 plus. We might get a man-to-man situation. If you're Montana, you have to understand that North Dakota's not afraid to run the ball on 3rd and 5. You have to respect both. So if you're Montana, respect your keys, know where your eyes are supposed to be, and play with great anticipation.
You got to think there's some concern with the North Dakota kicking game. They have a missed extra point. They're 0 for 2 on field goals this year. This is probably a little bit outside their range. It could be 4-down territory. Big 3rd and 5.
Well, if you get a run here by North Dakota, you're probably thinking that they're going to go for it on 4th down. But again, both plays, run and pass, are on the table. North Dakota is in 12 personnel right now. 1 back, 2 tight ends with the speedster Seidel in the backfield.
Ty and Fleming, the receivers, top of the screen, bottom of the screen. Kaminsky on 3rd and 5. Underneath, it's Fleming. He's got the 1st down, yards after catch inside the 20, and he's out of bounds at the 17. Tackle made over there by Kenzel Lawler, but they're in the red zone.
Great decision by Jerry Kaminsky, waiting for his receiver to get open across the formation. You see BJ Fleming come across the field. Peyton Wing loses leverage on his responsibility. Good decision, conversion for North Dakota.
17-yard pickup, 1st down for North Dakota, brought to you by Tire Rama. Play action, Kaminsky rolling, dumps it to his tight end, and a short gain for Grant Rumfo as he's knocked out of bounds by Micah Harper.
Well, North Dakota's got some momentum right now. Coach Frickney talked about how important it is to win on 1st down. Now they're at a 2nd short, opens up the playbook, and they got Montana on their heels going into the red zone. Really good decision again by Jerry Kaminsky on that roll pass, getting the ball to a high percentage throw, very short.
Across the 20, enter the AVA Law Group red zone. The AVA Law Group red zone again, 7 rushing touchdowns. You can see what they've done. They're going to throw it here, and it's incomplete. Through behind the intended receiver, Deng Deng, a big target. He had him open. Diesel Wilkinson was involved in the play.
Well, when you throw the ball inside as a quarterback, that's the dangerous part of the field, and you get defenders in a condensed situation right here, coming inside out on the ball, and Montana almost got away with one there. North Dakota, it's going to be interesting to see what they decide to do on 3rd and short here.
3rd and 3. Lay is the running back, rolling, Kaminsky to the end zone, and it is caught for the touchdown. It's hauled in by Deng Deng. He rolled away from pressure, Lawler on the coverage, and Deng Deng with his 2nd touchdown catch in 2 weeks. They're up 12-0.
Jerry Kaminsky threw the ball where only his receiver could get it. Really precise pass. Montana did a good job covering this up. Kaminsky did a better job of throwing the football in the only place his receiver could get it. Good job by North Dakota.
Now Elrich for the extra point after missing on his 1st attempt. Junior from Olathe, Kansas, and that one hits the upright, but it goes through there.
Well, that's one way to get it in, I guess. I know the coach probably isn't happy about that, but you got to be happy if you're North Dakota. You're up 13-0 on the road against number 5 Montana. Strong showing by North Dakota. Look at this route. Great job by the receiver. Great job by the offensive line. Superior pass by Jerry Kaminsky.
82-yard touchdown pass to Fleming, and that 10-yarder to Deng. And this team has a lot of confidence. You know, they felt like they should have beaten Kansas State in Manhattan, Kansas to start the year. They rolled to a win over Portland State, and they're playing with some moxie right now.
Well, Coach Schmidt talks about consistency, discipline, and competitiveness. All of those are on display today, and they haven't done anything special. They've done it at a very high level. Coach Schmidt Obviously, this means a little bit more to him starting at North Dakota as a linebacker, and now he's the head coach.
He understands this rivalry, and he understands how these teams really rely on physicality and toughness. So far, they have won the battle. Here's Wortham on the kickoff return. Wortham across the 30, and he gives them a spark up to the 32-yard line.
Physical finish by Wortham. Good field position for Montana. In situations like this, as a player, you kind of just want to get back to your bread and butter. I expect a lot of Eli Gilman in the offensive line. North Dakota would have something else to say, though. They are playing their defense at a very high level in the 4-down front right now.
So this really flips the script from last year. Montana jumped out to a 24-7 lead. And Bobby Hauck's team trailing here at home. Late stages, first quarter. 39 total yards for Montana. That's it so far. Empty set. Ayat to throw it, and he goes to his tight end. It's Evan Schaefer, and he's up to the 38-yard line. Pickup of 7 there. Schaefer, 31st career game, his second catch of the year.
Good catch by him. Good job finding the open spot in the zone and letting his quarterback get a high percentage throw. Montana's elected to throw the ball downfield a little bit more than they have in the past. I would expect a lot of short, high percentage throws, get it to the ball carrier, and let them do their work.
Wortham is lined up, top of the screen there. They send Bohannon in motion. They'll run the ball. Stevie Rocker Jr. straight ahead, and he's about a yard shy of the first down as he gets to the 40. Grant Noland, a true freshman from Kearney, Missouri, on the stop.
Well, if you're North Dakota, you'd like this to be about 3rd and 5. Montana's happy that they're in a 3rd manageable. One thing that North Dakota's done very well today is win 3rd down. If Montana's going to want to get back into this game, they're going to have to win on 3rd down.
Here's a look at Stevie Rocker Jr., who had 72 yards and a touchdown in game 1. 3rd down and a yard. Rocker straight ahead, hit in the hole, and he leans forward, and I think he has the first down. It wasn't easy. Jai Martin, their leading tackler, the free safety on the stop. They move the chains.
I heard that hit in the booth. That was a collision. Physical football taking place in Washington-Grizzly Stadium. That was downhill, and what a hit by Jai Martin. Good job by Montana getting the first down.
Montana's second first down of this first quarter at the 41 now. Ayat play action. Rolling away from pressure, steps up in the pocket, takes a shot for Bohannon. He's got it inside the 10 and down to the 3-yard line. Grant Noland on the tackle, but the senior from Woodstock, Georgia with a big catch. Wow.
Kaylee Ayat throws a strike. You know what the most impressive thing was, though, is he didn't leave the pocket. Watch him keep his eyes downfield and not take off running. And then delivers it in stride to his receiver for a big explosive play for Montana, who desperately needed that at this point in the game.
57 yards, 1st and goal Montana. Rocker Jr. hit, bounces off of it towards the goal line. He's in. Touchdown Grizz.
We got a ball game here. A physical football game. They are duking it out. This is so fun to watch. Both teams compete at such a high level. And so happy for Stevie Rocker, who's put his time in here and is now having success at Montana. Watch him keep his feet moving on contact. Great job being elusive and smooth.
And Morrison's extra point is good, and it's 13-7. Rocker, his second touchdown. He's one of the game captains. They're going to pick him from week to week. And what a answer from Montana. And they do it in the pass game to set that one up.
Well, I mean, call it what it is. This is a physical football game littered with some explosive plays here and there. From a defensive perspective, I think who's going to limit the explosive is probably going to win this football game. Both sides have had some explosive. North Dakota has had more.
Kyle has more on Stevie Rocker Jr.
Yeah, Trey, you actually touched on it last week during the Central Washington game, but Stevie Rocker Jr.'s impact being felt early in the season on the field, but also off it, because back after spring ball ended, the Grizzlies do this annual drive for the Be the Match Foundation for football teams from across the country to find donors for specific things for people in need, and he was named as a match for a bone marrow donor for a 6-year-old in Argentina, and Stevie agreed. He was a full match, went through the whole process this summer and still gave it up for them. And obviously, as we've seen, he's been doing a lot for the Grizzlies these last couple of games. So he's doing it all, puts it into perspective, especially when he looks at things and says, you know, I can help out someone who hasn't quite had a chance to live a life yet. So pretty special for him, both on and off the field.
Great stuff, Kyle. What a special act that is, huh?
Talk about a selfless person. That's something that's very painful to do and takes a lot of courage, Trey.
Christian Hoskins on the return from the Morrison kick, and he's run out of bounds. We'll see, they mark it at the 22. That's where North Dakota will have it. So North Dakota, a couple passing touchdowns, and Montana caps off that drive with the rocker score, but the pass set it up.
Well, I think a really good job by the Montana offensive line. They didn't get probably enough credit on that play for protecting Kaylee, and those downfield throws are long developing. Look for pressure from North Dakota to get Montana out of that, and you got a ball game here.
Ranked matchup, Missouri Valley, Big Sky, and it's 13-7. A lot of fireworks so far. Kaminsky hands it off to Lay, trying to get to the edge. Flag comes in late. The back judge, actually the side judge, threw in a flag after the run out of bounds.
I like the play call and the play design on first down by Coach Rick T.
Holding, offense number 2, 10-yard penalty, still first down.
It's Ding Ding, their wide receiver.
I think that was a pretty physical block by him. I've seen that go the other way. You see at the top right here, Dang Dang playing against Keon Loud. I think that was a physical play. I've seen that let go before. Really good job by Montana's defense getting that call, but tough one for North Dakota.
So 2nd and 16 after that run. They back him up to the 16-yard line. A handoff receiver run here for Corey Ty. Not much doing. Back to the 20-yard line. Second and long coming up. Jake Mason, the sophomore end, on the stop.
Well, Caleb Otluski on the edge here. This is why Montana had such a great second half, by putting a hard edge on the defense. Number 45 doing a really good job setting an edge on the defense so it did not get to the perimeter. Really good job. This is where you want to be if you're Montana.
See if the Fighting Hawks get the snap off before the end of the quarter. They are going to let it wind down. 1 quarter in the books. This one has not disappointed from Missoula. 13-7 North Dakota. They have the football when we come back, gearing up for the second quarter here. Plenty of big plays. Military Appreciation Day here at Washington-Grizzly Stadium. And a 6-point game.
Today's game is sponsored by Town Pump.
Tradition-rich Montana football celebrating the 1995 national champions who knocked off Marshall for the title.
The golden years of Montana football started shortly before that with a man by the name of Dave Dickinson.
Don Reed, legend, Big Sky Coach of the Year, and that will always be celebrated. And the young ones that didn't see it, they're told about it year to year here in Missoula. Second down as we start the second quarter. Kaminsky to the air and incomplete. Trying to get it to Corey Ty. That was high and behind his intended receiver.
Offense number 71's helmet came off. I really must sit out for 1 play.
Prince Ford was on the coverage.
Good coverage by Montana. Solomon Tuliapupu doing a really good job off the edge there, creating pressure in the face of Kaminsky, and just got a little bit away from Kaminsky on that one.
This is where you want to be in the 3-3-5. The blitz, so this is right in their wheelhouse.
3rd and long. When you're a coach, you can bring pressure and create a lot of issues for the offense. And right now they're at 11, and they got 2 backs back there. Look for something down the field.
And 3rd and long, blitz from the corner, shot, pass underneath. It's going to be well short of the first down. Prince Ford on the tackle on Grant Rumfo, the senior from Calvin, North Dakota. Their tight end. They'll have to punt it away.
Well,
7-yard pickup.
Play to play, Trey. You can sit home, watch, and go, why is Montana so far off? It's due to down and distance. And a 3rd and long, the coach is telling them to back off and keep everything in front of them, unlike 1st down, 2nd down, or 3rd and short.
So a chance for good field position as you look at Drew Deck, who had a return for touchdown called back last week due to a penalty flag. He's waiting on the punt from Silverdale, who gets it away from the 16. Good kick. Deck back to the 18 to grab it. To the sideline, and that is well defended, out of bounds at the 26.
About as good a special teams play as you can get on a punt from North Dakota, flipping the field. In games like this, field position is so important. The likelihood and percentage of you to score the ball when you're at the plus 30 or 30 or less is drastically different.
Early stages, 2nd quarter, North Dakota.
Welcome back to Washington-Grizzly Stadium. North Dakota leading Montana 13-7 in a huge FCS game here in the 2nd quarter. And it's kind of been a weekend of celebration here in Missoula for the 86-95 Grizzly teams, dubbed a decade of dominance. And joining me now is Blaine McElmurray, a man who played on the 1995 National Championship team. Blaine, you guys just got to be celebrated in between quarters here. Just how special was that to see some of the guys again?
Oh, it's so great. It's so fun to step back out on the field. Doesn't feel like it's been 30 years since it all happened. Seeing guys that I haven't seen, some of them for almost 30 years, and it feels like it's just when we get together like it was yesterday. I mean, the feelings to see the win by Larson's kick and everything, the emotions run back, and super time to be able to see everyone again.
Crowd got to give a big ooh when they saw your hit as well in that game. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was really fun. It was crazy because I ended up having to play corner that game, so I was really nervous. So to have that happen early in the game, it kind of was like, okay, I guess we'll be okay playing corner.
The whole decade of dominance obviously is looking back at the legacy of Don Reed, right? Can you just speak to that man, just what he did for both his program, but for you as well as a player?
Yeah, Coach Reed was so special because, you know, he instilled in so much confidence in each of us. He'd come around and talk to us, and, you know, you just wanted to do your best for him because he had so much confidence in you, and he was just such a good guy that we all just wanted to win for him and win for each other, and just a special coach. I had a lot of coaches in my career, and the best for sure.
Watching, you know, some of the guys in the copper and gold too, you kind of, what you like in seeing those colors out there a little bit? Maybe we'll see a little surprise later in the year?
I hope so. I love the copper and gold, and it was sad when they got rid of them, but these maroon colors do look pretty good. But the copper is really, it's fun. It kind of, I think it gets everybody excited. I didn't realize how much everyone missed it.
No doubt about it. Well, Blaine, thanks so much for your time. Congratulations on getting celebrated there, and I appreciate you joining us here.
Thank you, Kyle. Good to see you.
Absolutely. We'll send it back up to Trey and Jordan.
Thank you, Kyle. What a year that was. 95, they were runner-up the year after that, and of course won it in 01. Meantime, on the field here, Montana tried to go to the Wildcat with Wortham, and it didn't get much through the pass game with Gale, and eventually an incomplete pass left to punt it away as Morrison hangs it up there. A flag is on the field as Lewis comes up and makes the fair catch at the 43-yard line.
Well, Montana on offense there had nothing going. Really good job by the North Dakota defense getting a 3-and-out quick.
Like a rugby-style punt there from Morrison, just trying to get it out of there. And a flag about where he punted the football, and here we go. We'll sort it out.
Holding, offense, number 43. That 10-yard penalty be enforced from the end of the kick. 1st down.
So North Dakota will have the football in excellent field position when we come back after the holding call. 12:55 to go before halftime. North Dakota up by 6.
Today's game is sponsored by the University of Montana. Build your skills the Montana way. Town Pump. Pump it up. Stockman Bank. Montana's brand of banking. Your Montana Chevy dealers. And Montana State University. Mountains and Mines.
Bubba Schweigert stepped down last season, 11 seasons at the helm. Look at this resume, 66 wins, Big Sky champs, Missouri Valley champs, and now Senior Associate AD engagement and mentorship as they hand it off to Coach Schmidt. And so far, so good for the visitors. They've got the football on the Montana side of the field on 1st down. Over the middle, Ty the catch. Ty turns the corner to the 10. He's inside the 5, and it'll be 1st and goal for North Dakota. Again, effective through the pass game, and finally, Roush and Lawler stop him. 45-yard pickup.
Great throw, great patience by Jerry Kaminsky, throwing across the middle of the field, letting his receiver clear the defense and find space to operate.
We've got a flag after the play.
legal block in the back, offense, number 4. That 10-yard penalty be enforced from the spot of foul. Still play results in a first down.
B.J. Fleming, the guilty party, so instead of 1st and goal, it's back at the 16 now.
Well, you see right here, Jerry Kaminsky watching down the middle of the field, letting him clear the inside linebacker, Clay Oven, who needs to get more depth there. Really good job finding the open gap on the defense for North Dakota.
Fighting Hawks in the red zone, trying to add to their 13-7 lead. Seidel in the backfield with Kaminsky. Seidel gets the handoff, hit in the backfield, and he's dropped for a loss. Great play made that time by Kellen Dietrich, their leader up front.
Physical at the point of attack. Great get off by Kellen Dietrich, tackling a really good player in Seidel. You see right here, vertical penetration by Dietrich, tackling and running his legs. Good for a negative play for the Montana defense.
He loses 2. Vocal guy, first action last week since 2023. Big play there. Kaminsky, they keep it on the ground. Zebarn straight ahead, and he slams down to the 14. 3rd and long coming up.
Well, you see North Dakota wants to get to a 3rd and manageable. Right now for Montana, you like where you're at 3rd and 9. You have to understand where you are at on the field. The field is almost twice as wide right here as it is deep. So look at stuff to be pushed out to the perimeter or in the middle of the field late along that end line.
They're in the AVA red zone. 3rd and 8.
You got to watch the hard count here for Montana to try to get a cheap 5 from North Dakota.
Ty and Fleming split top of the screen. They send the tight end. Romaka that way. Slant Romaka incomplete. Low and away. Wilkinson on the coverage. Even if he catches that, he's short of the 1st down.
That's the basketball player trying to get the ball to the big man down low. Really good job by Wilkinson driving the ball in a man-to-man situation. You can see right here, Kaminsky knows where he wants to go with the ball. He went to the right guy, just didn't connect this time.
Now C.J. Elrich has missed an extra point, barely got one to go through. He's 0 for 2 on the season on field goals, 32-yarder. The kick is good, and that'll help the confidence of the junior from Olathe, Kansas, as they extend the lead to 16-7. That being said, the defense stout there in the red zone.
Well, the defense was put in a pretty tough spot there with North Dakota getting the ball at midfield. If you're North Dakota, you got to be happy, though, with 3 points. 16-7 right now against the number 5 team in the country on the road. Montana needs to look to play defense like they did in that series more if they're going to be successful in this football game.
Thanks for sending your picture into the Marsh McLennan Agency fan zone. Here are a few of our favorites from today. Keep them coming. Boy, Grizz Nation, they represent, don't they?
They go out and have a lot of fun. Seen a lot of North Dakota fans here. They care about their football quite a bit. See the Montana fans all over the country having a good time. Keep sending them in. It's fun to see everybody having a good time.
Yeah, we got the sense that there really is a playoff atmosphere here. It's 2 really good football teams ranked, and this again could have implications when the postseason rolls around.
Depending on the success after this game for both of these teams, this has playoff seeding, this has home field advantage implications. There's a lot on the line here, and as a player, you've got to be able to stay within yourself and do your job and not think about that big picture.
Kenton Loftman's kick, it's going to be returned by Michael Wortham. The electric one across the 15, breaks one tackle and can't get out of it, actually, as he's tackled at the 21-yard line. Well, of course, Montana, great tradition. Big Sky, great tradition. Missouri Valley, and you got to think one of these teams is going to be right there in terms of having a chance to win a national title.
You look at the last 4 to 5 years, every single FCS national championship has had a team from either Montana or the Dakotas. They take their football seriously. Both teams are extremely tough. Both teams are extremely disciplined.
It's Flynn Ridgway, the guilty party for Montana. Well, Coach Schmidt pleased with his effort. The first 2 weeks of the season. Bobby Hauck didn't like that call.
No, he's not happy. We talked about the percentages of you scoring when you're further into your own territory, and they go down drastically. Now Montana's on the 9 to 10 yard line, having to go 90 yards instead of 75.
He had a big pass play to Bohannon. Gilman has a long run, but not the offense they were hoping for. Here's Gilman breaking one up the middle, and Gilman is close to a first down at the 21-yard line. You're not going to keep Eli in check for long, as Johnny Wiltshire on the tackle.
Well, you saw Montana there with a double insert play. Strong at the point of attack by Schaefer against Malachi McNeil. That's what popped that run for Eli Gilman.
Coach Pease, the offensive coordinator, says you know that Gilman's going to break one at some juncture. Did it last week, early part of the game against Central Washington, trying to stretch it to the outside here, and he needed a yard, and he's close. I don't think he got it, just across the 20-yard line. Jai Martin on the tackle.
Jai Martin coming up in the safety position with a physical finish. Montre Samuels Parker at the point of attack, though. What a job by him, stopping Eli Gilman from getting outside of the tackle box and rolling down the field.
They love Gilman because he wants to be great. Level-headed guy. Not playing his A game so far, but a guy that can break it at any moment. 3rd and 1 now. Call his number again, and North Dakota is ready at the point of attack. They shut him down for a loss back to the 19, and their play between the tackles has been really good. Malachi McNeil on the stop.
Malachi McNeil shoots through the gap from the backside at the will linebacker position. You can see him knife through the B gap right here and tackle Eli Gilman for a loss, getting another 3 and out for the University of North Dakota.
Missouri Valley Football Conference preseason watch list, 3rd year as a returning starter. He's their most experienced Hawk, his 26th start. And it looks like Brandon Moore's a little bit shaken up, their sophomore end from Farmington, Minnesota.
The defensive line for North Dakota is doing a very good job by playing straight up and playing physical and allowing the linebackers for North Dakota to flow over the top. That was a simple will pressure right there by Malachi McNeil, knifing through and creating a tackle for loss, negative yardage for North Dakota.
8 carries, 36 yards for Gilman, and Bobby Hauck knew they'd be facing a stout defense, a 4-2-5 alignment. But they haven't been able to get the running game going, and that was one of the keys. They hang their hat on the run game.
Well, it opens up everything for Kaylee Ayotte and the offense to throw the ball down the field. When North Dakota's had success with 4 down and 8 people in the box, 1 person and 1 gap, they've been able to stop Eli Gilman and the Montana offense from getting their bread and butter going. I think that Montana's going to stay committed to it, but you got to open the ball up down the field, too, to get them to back out of that 8-man box.
Jordan, you hate to see this. Brandon Moore, who was injured last season, he just played 1 game against Iowa State, missed the rest of the season. He's shaken up here in their 3rd game of the year.
He plays okay. You can tell he's got a lot of respect by his teammates. Anytime somebody gets injured, it just really sobers you as a player. It makes you understand that this is part of it. This can happen, and you just really hope that he's okay.
So Ty Morrison on his 4-yard line to punt it away. Hangs it up there, and the fair catch is called and made at the 39-yard line by Zach Lewis. That's where North Dakota will have it with excellent field position. The Fighting Hawks looking good on the road, leading at 16-7. Nine-point game here, a view of Mount Sentinel. College football fan checking things out from a distance, and we've got a good one here. Missouri Valley and the Big Sky squaring off in a showdown at Grizz Stadium. Good field position for North Dakota after the punt from their 40. They'll run it straight ahead, and not much doing. Xavier Lay trying to pick his way towards the middle. Montana says they have the football, but it will stay with North Dakota. That was Gino Leonard out of there with the pigskin.
Yeah, maybe he's trying to convince somebody of something. I've been guilty of that once or twice, Trey.
Got to give it a shot, right?
I mean, why not? Fake it. Sometimes you maybe, I don't know, maybe something will happen.
Under 9 minutes to go. Jerry Kaminsky has been effective. 168 yards, couple touchdowns through the air. 2nd and 9. Play fake this time. Slant pattern, catch is made by Fleming. He's over 100 yards receiving. Down to the Montana 30-yard line. Kenzel Lawler on the stop, 30-yard pickup.
Kenzel Lawler, man-to-man coverage here. Jerry Kaminsky knows it, and he throws a strike. Bam. On the money, in stride, positive yards for North Dakota, moving the sticks.
Third catch for Fleming. He has been their go-to guy so far. They mark it at 32 as we near the 8-minute mark. Pistol formation. Lay inside the 30, finds a seam, and he's down to the 24. Pickup of close to 8. Lawler on the stop for the Grizz.
Well, this is what you saw North Dakota do against Kansas State. Very balanced attack. And now what they're doing is using the clock, oscillating their tempo, getting to the line, changing the play, and getting into the right call against the Montana defense.
Trey Kuntz is in as a tight end here. Lay to the left of the quarterback. They hand it to Lay, trying to run right, hit hard, and he's knocked down just shy of the first down. Jarob Ramos, the nose guard over there, getting involved.
Good job by both teams, pushing hard to the point of attack.
Came off, I really missed it out for one play.
You see right here, this is just a knockdown, drag out. Who's going to win? Man-to-man, tough football.
Seth Anderson, the right tackle, had to sit out another play. Second time his helmet has come off in this one. 3rd and a yard now. South, the tight end, blocking, quarterback keeping. Kaminsky, he has a first down. He had to get it inside the 22, and his big 6'2" frame gets him there. They move the sticks.
Great job getting it, moving the sticks on a first down. Physical tackle by Cade Cutler here at a Flint Creek High School. Again, this is a battle between these two teams. Fun to watch. Two teams play extremely hard. And Seth Anderson is still out. Nope, he's back in the game. His helmet has come off 2 different times. I want to tighten that trim strap a little bit.
That was a Whitefish Credit Union replay of the physical play there. First down now. Kaminsky to the air for the corner. Fleming, no. Coverage applied by Kenzel Lawler as they took a shot.
Lawler did a great job against an individual who has beat him a couple of times today. You see he does not panic and closes the ground. He doesn't look back. He runs to the receiver and he shoots his hands out when the receiver sticks his hands out. Really good job by playing technique football.
The NAU transfer has 3 catches, 126 and a touchdown. 2nd and 10 now. Seidel, nope, play action instead, incomplete. Boy, he zipped that one. Plenty of mustard on it.
Well, Sam Strandell right there, one of the 701 players running a post pattern. A little bit too high for him, got away. He had something there. That was created by Montana's defensive line with a little bit of indecision against Jerry Kaminsky.
Tarahiti Wolf on the coverage. 3rd and 10 now. You get a blitz here and a sack, you can get about a field goal range maybe.
Yeah, and you just wonder how much North Dakota's going to want to potentially go for it on 4th down. But if you're Montana, look at the pressure, and you see Jerry Kaminsky coming up to the line, making sure his protection's correct. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout for North Dakota here.
Timeout, North Dakota, their second.
6:08 to go. Big play here, already a 9-point edge, and North Dakota trying to extend the advantage. Jerry Kaminsky has been fantastic. The big play ball through the air.
Well, Kaminsky does pretty much everything well. He protects it. He can throw the ball downfield. He can throw the short throws, the high percentage throws. He can check you into a run. The guy does not make a lot of mistakes. He's very efficient. He doesn't put his team in bad positions. You see him right here running the ball when there's nothing downfield. You see him getting out of the pocket and taking what the defense is giving him. He's a really good quarterback. Very patient, very efficient.
From Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. His dad is high school coach, top senior quarterback in the state, and really had to bide his time. And sometimes when you can sit on the sidelines and learn a system, year 2, you can be really good.
Typically, coaches' kids are smart. You don't always see it translate to the football field. he has a little moxie to him and plays off schedule well. He's had a great day today. And again, this is a big play in the game. I would say the most important game right now. The most important play in the game right now is this play.
Clock operator, please reset the clock to 6:08. 6:08, please.
Strandell, one of their receivers.
They got B.J. Fleming down here against Kenzel Lawler. They've really
Clock
tested
operator,
him.
please reset the clock.
It's going to be interesting to see if they continue to attack that matchup. Keon Loud's on the other side. Teams have gotten in trouble throwing to him. It's pretty dangerous. We'll see if North Dakota decides to go after Lawler a little bit more.
They're going to hand it off to Seidel. That's not going to get the first down. He's down near the 15-yard line. Elijah Tolbert on the stop.
Well, on a run on 3rd and 9, it makes you wonder if they're going to go for it on 4th down. This is 4th and pretty far. They like where they're at right now. It looks like coach is calling the play in. Watch for a hard count, something cheap. They're bringing in Ty, who's a really good slot receiver in space.
4th and 3.
Boy, it is loud in here right now.
The north end zone crazies trying to amp it up. Pistol formation. Tie in motion. Handoff. Seidel hit short of the first down. The Grizz were ready for it, and they turn them back.
What an answer by the Montana defense.
Ruling as a field, turnover on downs, 1st and 10, Montana.
Jake Mason was in there, the sophomore end, at the point of attack.
Well, you see, when you have a player like Ty, you can get the defense to move on motion like that. And Montana stuck with their responsibilities and didn't flow too fast over the top on a downhill run. And they did a great job getting off the field in a critical time when North Dakota had the ball in really good field position.
So they opt to not kick the field goal. And you wonder if the kicking game is a bit of a concern there. You could have gone up 12. They opt to go for it on 4th and 3. Let's see if Montana can take advantage now from the 15-yard line. They'll run the football with Malai Fenoti seeing some action. Let's check in with Kyle.
Yeah, guys, obviously with UND's defense out there, we saw defensive end Braden Moore down for a little bit. He just exited the game on crutches, headed back to the locker room. They took his cleat off, and we're working on his right leg throughout that. So we'll see if he makes it back out here, guys.
We hate to see that. You have a big part of their defensive line. How about Malai Fenoti seeing his first action? Redshirt freshman running back. Now to the air. Ayat looking to throw it. Now he's going to tuck it. Puts his head down, and he's up to the 22-yard line, making something out of nothing. Logan Eckhart, the sophomore tackle on the stop.
Really good tackle by Logan Eckhart. A defensive tackle, you call them stacked monsters, chasing the football, tackling a fast player in Kaylee Ayat. Good job by Kaylee, though, taking what they give him on the defense. He actually made Malachi McNeil miss there in the open field. Good matchup between those two players.
3rd and 3 now. The tight end is in a slot. Gale, they'll go to the other side, and that's a catch made for a first down by Wortham to move the chains. Malachi McNeil on the stop. Well, Wortham, a guy that got to get involved in this offense.
He drew a tough card there, Malachi McNeil. He's man-to-man on Wortham. That's a tough spot to be in. If you see on the left side of your screen here, he's got Wortham man-to-man. That's a tough place to be. Good throw by Kaylee Ayat.
One of the fastest guys in the country. They move the chains, and now with 4 minutes to go, Montana would ideally like to burn some clock down and get a score before halftime. They hand it off to Rocker Jr. Nothing doing. Guess who's there? Number 7, Malachi McNeil. He is a load. One of their captains, that 701 group, he wears number 7.
Yeah, what a great play by him. Physical at the point of attack, but on this time, he is patient, and it was a zone scheme, and the running back cut back. He played with really good vision and made a really strong tackle. Good job by Malachi McNeil.
48 yards rushing for the Grizz. 2nd and 10 now. Rocker stays in the backfield. Ayat steps up, flushed out of there. He's going to tuck it again. Oh, he's hit hard at the 30 and to the 31. They really targeted the quarterback trying to run it. Payne Parks on the tackle.
That was a physical collision between Parks and Ayat. That's what Coach Pease does not want to see him do. Really good job by Parks, staying inside out right here. Watch him own his leverage, and bang. Really good job getting him there. around the waist and down, but what a physical play by those two individuals.
3rd and 6. Trips to the left for Montana. Ayat, pressure coming. That looks like a face mask. Flag comes in. He is pulled down, and that's a break. And that was Parks, who had a beat on the quarterback, and that's going to give Montana a first down.
Wortham was the number 3 receiver, and North Dakota decided to double him. Parks made it up the middle and face masked it. You can't have it. That's a big mistake by North Dakota. Montana caught a break there, Trey.
In the previous spot, automatic first down.
Yeah, Ayat had nowhere to go.
He didn't. I mean, you can see right here, they win on the defensive line, and he just gets outside himself and grabs his face mask. Really good job by Kali'i staying in there, but that's a big break for Montana.
And they have the football now at the 46 after the penalty. They have all 3 timeouts. They also have the 2-minute timeout to work with. And they go Wildcat here with Wortham, and we've got penalty flags on the field.
False start. Offense, number 62. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
When you have Wildcat there, he's got a different cadence than Kali'i that they hear every single day. And so when he comes in and has a new cadence, those offensive linemen don't hear it all the time. That's a tough break for Montana.
That was Everett Johnson flagged there, the senior right tackle. And now they go back to that Wildcat on 1st and 15. Wortham going to keep it after the fake to Gilman. Tries to get forward and get a couple yards. He really made something out of absolutely nothing for a couple yards. Zach Lewis on the tackle.
Yeah, pretty impressive 3-yard run there. Really good job by North Dakota tackling a talented player. You can see last week 240 total yards of offense. And Trey, that's the most in single game in all of Division I football. He's a dangerous player who can make you miss in space, and you have to account for him all over the formation.
They have held him in check, though, so far. Montana has the football. 2-minute timeout.
2-minute timeout.
You're watching Scripps Sports Saturday Showdown. Scripps Sports, the official broadcast partner of the Big Sky Conference. Full house here at Washington-Grizzly Stadium. North Dakota in front of Montana 16-7. Grizz have the football at their own 42-yard line. 3 timeouts to work with after we just saw the 2-minute timeout. And let's see what they do with the empty set here. Ayat at quarterback.
Well, right now you see Ayat counting numbers, deciding where he's going to go with the football.
3 receivers left, 2 to the right. He's got time in the pocket. Now he rolls right away from McNeil and throws on the run, and it's incomplete. Intended for Drew Deck. Boy, McNeil's everywhere. As the quarterback takes a tumble out of bounds, it's 3rd and long. Zach Lewis on the coverage.
You can see why he's the leader of the defense. Not only is he vocal, not only is he physical and strong, he plays the way that you want to see a defender play for your defense. He is very strong. He tackles well in the open field. Wouldn't be surprised to see this guy maybe play at the next level.
Honorable mention all Missouri Valley a year ago. Now a 3rd and long. Grizz have only 2 big plays, 2 explosive plays so far in the first half. They set up a screen into Deck's hands. Can't get out of the tackle, as that was Johnny Wiltshire who stayed right with him. It's 4th down.
Great open field tackle by Johnny Wiltshire in space. That's probably the hardest thing to do on defense, is an open field tackle.
Timeout. North Dakota, their 3rd and final timeout. 30-second timeout.
So the Fighting Hawks are going to try to get the football back here, and they'll have a little bit of time to work with after this Montana punt. We talked about Coach Schmidt and how he's trying to put a stamp on this program. It's not easy coming in as a first-year head coach when, you know, Bubba Schweigert, an icon, but he's part of that coaching tree. He understands the culture there.
He was there with Coach Schweigert. He was there and understands what North Dakota and what they expect in their guys and their football team. And you can just tell that he just wants to take it to the next level from where he had it. And you can see on the field the discipline, the consistency, the grit, the toughness, and the level that these players play at. They play at an extremely high level. They all chase to the ball. The offensive line finishes on the ball. Very tough team coached by Coach Schmidt.
He was an All-American senior linebacker, won a national title at the Division II level in 2001. Lewis is hammered after that punt by Morrison. The ball's free, and they're going to say, is it down or recovered by Montana? They're going to say he's down. That was Cade Boyd who hammered Zach Lewis, the punt returner. North Dakota lucky to keep it.
Feels that the runner was down prior to the ball coming out. 1st and 10, North Dakota.
Wow, what a physical play by Cade Boyd. Check that, Clay Oven, number 37, the legacy number here at Montana. Coaches are so high on him, how hard he works in the weight room, how respected he is by his teammates. What a physical play by 37.
The legacy number guy you mentioned, hard charger. He had an offer from Montana State, chose Montana, glad to have him. And that special teams play could energize Montana a little bit. North Dakota has some work to do. With 1:31 on the clock, no timeouts from their 23. Straight ahead. And not a whole lot for Lay. And it'll be 2nd down and long.
Well, you're seeing Montana hop into a 4-man front right now. Changing from a 3-man front. Trying to see what they're going to get from North Dakota in this spread offense.
On 2nd and long with the no timeouts, they'll go to Lay again. And he's close to a 1st down, run out of bounds by Caleb Otluski.
Well, 1:08 right now. North Dakota doesn't have any timeouts, so what you're thinking on defense is they're going to have passes to the perimeter, and if they're going to get a 1st down, that'll stop the clock, but North Dakota's going to hurry right back to the ball.
3rd and 2. If Montana gets a stop here, they can think we've got a little bit of time to maybe put points on the board, and we've got some movement up front.
False start by the right tackle.
False start. Offense number 71. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
It's a 4-year starter. Sometimes the noise can be a factor. Of course, when you've got the blitz available on any down, that can rattle you a little bit.
Well, there's a big difference between 3rd and 3 and 3rd and 7 and 3rd and 8, whatever we're at right now. You're able to, at Montana, if you're Montana, you're able to dial up some more pressure right here.
3rd and 7 officially from the gun. Kaminsky under pressure, and he throws incomplete. Didn't have much time to do anything there. They'll have to punt it. Keon Loud was in his face on that one.
What a unique defense by Coach Hauk and Coach Roger Cooper. They ended up only bringing 4 there, but the defensive line drops out here into the boundary on the left of your screen, and Keon Loud comes from the outside on the left. And you see right here, him get into the face of Jerry Kaminsky and make a bad throw. Really good call by the Montana defense.
Now North Dakota could have run the clock. Instead, they'll have to punt it away. Silvernail's kick fielded by Deck at the 32. Makes one man miss and goes down at the 34-yard line. 56 seconds to work with, and Montana a chance to score again before the break.
Good special teams tackle, limiting yards after the catch. So again, situationally now on the other side, it's 56 seconds, 3 timeouts. What you got to think if you're North Dakota is everything is on the board. Runs, passes, anything. So if you're Montana, you can maybe take a little bit more time. You can stretch the field. You can do things that you wouldn't be able to do without these timeouts.
We mentioned they only have 2 explosive plays, 56-yard reception by Bohannon. Gilman has a 20-yard rush in the first half. Rockers in the backfield right now. Ayat to the air, downfield, Bohannon incomplete. Looked like he got turned the wrong way there. It was thrown to the left shoulder, not the other shoulder.
Yeah, just a little bit too much on it. Good job by the North Dakota defense, staying on top and not letting them get behind them. Kaylee saw something here, did a really good job finding the right guy, just didn't get the throw there.
2nd and 10 now. Ayat over the middle, incomplete. He wanted Josh Gale, the senior tight end. UC Davis transfer. Jai Martin on the tackle. 3rd and 10.
Well, you got to get positive yardage in a 2-minute situation if you're Montana. You look for drive starters, things that get you going into 3rd and manageable. And right now, if you're North Dakota, you're right where you want to be. You can dial up some pressure. 3rd and 10 is hard to get out of.
I got now 8 of 15 through the air on 3rd and 10 over the middle. That's a first down grab, and then it's not free and intercepted. It was caught by Bohannon, and it goes into the hands of Blewett for a pick, and North Dakota gets it back.
Blewett's having a great day today. Way to
on the
concentrate
field,
on the football.
1st and 10, North Dakota.
Well, 43 seconds, and North Dakota once again has the ball at midfield. Look at right here, the concentration from Blewett. He just does not give up on the play, takes the ball away, takes the ball off him, and comes up with a huge play going into half right now for North Dakota. If you're Montana, you got to say there is no way they can get points here. If you're North Dakota, though, you're in a good position to potentially put some more points on the board and spread this thing out. Ayat's second interception. That's probably on the receiver there, though. A catchable ball a little bit behind him, and it ends up being fortuitous for North Dakota. They've got it now at the Grizz 47-yard line. Ramaka, the tight end, to the bottom of the screen. Kaminsky over the middle, and it's caught by Ramaka for a first down. That looked like it could have been picked off. That was a bullet. First down to the 34. TJ Roush on the tackle. Yeah, Peyton Wing missed one there. Good throw by Jerry Kaminsky, and positive yards for North Dakota once again. 13-yard pickup, 30 seconds to go in the half. Kaminsky underneath. Seidel the grab. Seidel gets away from Wing. Seidel inside the 20 for a first down. Now again, no timeouts. Roush on the tackle. And they'll have to hurry things up here. The clock's got to stop on a first down. That's why they're hustling up to the ball. And once it's spotted, the clock will run again. Seidel, though, very fast track speed, sub 10.7 guy in the 100-meter. That was a 14-yard pickup. Clock is running. 15 seconds to go, and they spike it here to try to settle things down. Good job, Jerry Kaminsky, finding his guy that he needs to get the ball to in space and continue to move the chains down the field for North Dakota. Something that you see from number 11 is his command of the offense and his ability to get him in good positions. And right now, North Dakota is in a really good position to put points on the board coming into half. You see the total yardage numbers. North Dakota has moved it up and down the field. Chance for more points here. 15 seconds to work with. Kaminsky out of the backfield. Seidel the catch inside. He's hit hard and dropped it to 16. And the clock is running. 5 seconds. No timeouts. They might not get the snap off. 2 seconds. They get the snap off. He's faking it. And he's going to throw the football. Kaminsky with the clock expired to the end zone. And it is incomplete. Now a flag comes in at the 1-yard line. If there's no time on the clock, but if this is a defensive penalty, the half cannot end on a defensive foul, so they're going to get one play from the 2-yard line if this is a pass interference on Montana.
After the play, our pass interference, offense, that penalty decline, half is over. No, that's a break for Montana, and North Dakota cannot run another play. That's a couple times in the red zone, no points, and it remains a 9-point game as we head to halftime. Great half for North Dakota. That's probably the only mistake I would have for Jerry Kaminsky, and it's a big mistake, but you got to be happy for North Dakota. We're going to get a look here at this next play. So Jerry Kaminsky elects to do a fake spike because he didn't think he's going to have time and throw it. High risk, no reward. Let's check in with Kyle with Coach Schmidt.
Yeah, Coach, you guys have allowed 133 yards. You've allowed Montana 2 for 9 on third, and obviously the 2 picks from Antonio Blewett. I know you're a defensive guy. What can you say about that performance?
Yeah, I mean, when you come into a game like this, you got to play really, really good on defense, let your offense get established. I thought, you know, hitting one deep there to start out the game really gave us a lot of confidence, and then just slowly but surely, methodically moving the ball down the field now, and we just got to keep giving it back to our offense and let those guys go to work up front.
Offensively, what stood out the most for you, and as a whole, what do you want to see out of this unit as you guys have weathered the storm so far?
Yeah, I just think finishing drives now. We're in the red zone there twice and didn't get anything out of it, so we got to do a good job of being able to finish once we get down in there.
Appreciate it, Coach. Good luck second half.
Thank you.
Thank you. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Kyle. 295 total yards in the first half for North Dakota, and they lead on the road against Montana 16-7. Matchup of ranked teams here. It's been a good one at Washington-Grizzly Stadium. It's the Montana Chevy Dealers halftime report right after these messages. The Montana Chevy Dealers halftime report, 16-7, North Dakota in front of Montana in a good one at Washington-Grizzly Stadium, a matchup of ranked teams. Well, coming in, we talked about the toughness and physicality from both teams, Jordan, but North Dakota has really impressed as a road team in a tough environment.
They have. North Dakota has moved the chains and gotten off the field on third down. That's a story for North Dakota, and they've done a great job.
Well, when we look at the numbers, they have moved the ball up and down the field. Look at the passing yardage from Kaminsky.
Kaminsky's efficient. He doesn't make bad decisions, high percentage throws, and when they ask him to do the whole run ball, he is Johnny on the spot.
Some points may be left on the board in the red zone for North Dakota, but they have to be pleased, leading by 9 at the break. Second half right around the corner from Missoula, Montana. Two FCS heavyweights battling here at Washington-Grizzly Stadium. 16-7, North Dakota in front of Montana. Michael Wortham and company trying to get their offense jump-started. They've only had a couple explosive plays so far. They're going to get the football first as the All-American is standing back at the Montana 2-yard line. Kenton Loftman to kick it away. 295 yards of total offense for North Dakota. But Montana will go on offense first, and Wortham's going to have an opportunity near the goal line. Wortham across the 20, and he's dragged down. They've done a good job on coverage on Michael Wortham. Let's check in with Kyle.
Yeah, guys, caught up with head coach Bobby Hauck of the Montana Grizzlies, coming out of the tunnel. Very calm demeanor with this deficit to North Dakota right now. He said first kudos goes to his defense. He thought the defense has played with their back against the wall the whole time, and they've played terrifically. Offensively, he said they need to just stay on the field. It's time to generate first downs. We talked about how they're 2 for 9 on third down in that first half. Wants to see that, wants to see a little bit more protection, and obviously just catch the ball and kind of just go through the routine plays, guys.
Thanks, Kyle. Coach Hauck had a great offensive performance in week 1. They scored 42, first time trailing. They had a different story last year, leading 24-7 at North Dakota. Now in catch-up posture as we start this third quarter. Ayat's going to hand it off to Gilman straight ahead. They're going to try to stay true to the run game, Jordan. They only get a couple yards on that carry.
Yeah, you have to wonder where Coach Pease is going to try to generate touches between Wortham and Gilman and Ayat and two guys on the perimeter. I think that they're going to continue to try to run the ball because that's when they have the most success on offense, both in the run and the pass.
McNeil, another stop. He has been all over the football field. Their leader, number 7 at linebacker, on second and long. Ayat is pressured. A flag is thrown from the back judge, and he goes down near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, we got some laundry on the field here. Looked like off the left edge for Montana.
Holding. Offense number 62, 10-yard penalty, still second down.
It's Everett Johnson. Lance Rucker was in the backfield creating havoc on the quarterback.
Lance Rucker and Malachi McNeil coming off the edge.
Decline, bringing up third down.
You can see it was on the right side of the line. Everett Johnson, the transfer out of Cal, lined up against Rucker and McNeil, both coming off the edge. That's a lot to deal with.
And they're going to take the result of the play here. So 3rd and 10 for the Grizz. Trips to the left side. Rocker is now in the backfield next to Ayat. Ayat setting up a screen. Rocker's got it. Breaks one tackle. Cannot get out of the hands of Lance Rucker, who drags him down at the 29-yard line. Good play from the junior from Omaha.
Payne Parks ended up missing the tackle on that, but he made the play. Great discipline on a screen play into the short side of the field right there. It's very easy for a linebacker to get out of position. He did a good job sliding underneath and forcing the play outside, and a 3-and-out for the North Dakota defense.
So Ty Morrison standing at his 13-yard line to punt it away. Zach Lewis at the North Dakota 29 awaiting the punt. Morrison, oh, a beautiful spiraling kick. Lewis back to the 23, receives it, breaks a tackle, reverses field, breaks another tackle, and finally goes down at the 32. We have a new system for our Marsh McLennan Agency Fan Zone this season. Scan the barcode on the bottom left of the screen, follow the instructions, send in your picture. Sponsored by Marsh McLennan Agency. We'll share some of our favorites later in the game. So North Dakota, they've had good field position, it seems like, throughout the day.
They have, and you know, I bet Coach Schmidt would have liked to come up with some more points those 3 times around midfield, but again, Montana in familiar territory right now after a 3-and-out on the field again on defense, and North Dakota's got a whole playbook to work with, being up 16-7.
2 receivers, bottom of the screen for Kaminsky, who had a big first half, looking to throw it. Flushed out of the pocket, all kinds of room to run across the 40, and he puts his head down and has a first down to the 44-yard line. TJ Roush, the senior from Missoula, on the tackle.
Good job by the secondary for Montana, not so good by the defensive line containing Jerry Kaminsky. Good decision stepping up in the pocket by Kaminsky and not making a bad decision and throwing the ball downfield. You can see he goes through 1, 2, 3, 4 right there, pulls it. First down for North Dakota. Good job by Jerry Kaminsky.
That's a Tyrama first down now at the 44-yard line. North Dakota. Kaminsky fakes it to the man in motion, throws it downfield, open. Flag is thrown. The tight end, Hafer, has it. Hafer inside the 5. Hafer to the end zone for the touchdown, but hold on. A flag to sort out back near the line of scrimmage.
That was the play for Central Washington's first touchdown last week, and they must have seen something this week and thrown it to Hafer on the big wheel route. He was on the right side of the offensive formation and came back around to the left and left wide open. We'll see what we have here for the penalty.
Illegal touching, offense, number 80. Receiver was covered up. It's 5-yard penalty, includes loss of down. Second down.
Big call right there.
Illegal touching, that's a discipline issue. That's not his fault. The receiver outside of him was covering him up, meaning he was also on the line of scrimmage. You see Hafer on the line of scrimmage. The number 1 receiver for North Dakota was on the line of scrimmage when he was supposed to be off. Too many men on the line of scrimmage. He cannot touch it. He's just like an offensive lineman. Huge break for Montana. That's a big loss for North Dakota.
That erases a 56-yard touchdown catch from Watson Hafer. Now, second down and 15 back at the 39. Handoff, Lay. Fake delay, keeping it Kaminsky. Trying to get to the sideline, nothing doing. Good play made by Micah Harper. He stayed right with him, the BYU transfer.
Hardest play in football is an open field tackle against a really good athlete. Good job by Micah Harper getting him down when he's on an island by himself. Not taking the cheese on the fake here by Kaminsky. Good tackle. Win for the Montana defense. 3rd and long.
Our Opportunity Bank replay right there. Harper from Chandler, Arizona. Dad Kenny played DB at Hawaii. A seasoned guy in that secondary for Montana. 3rd and 11. Pressure coming. He has to deliver it incomplete, and that was Peyton Wing right up the gut after the quarterback.
Wow. Talk about a flash by Peyton Wing, timing the pressure and knifing through the offensive line for North Dakota. They didn't even have a chance to get out of their stance. Really good job anticipating the snap count and having a positive play for the Montana defense.
It's 3-3-5, so good at blitzing. You've been in that situation. That has to feel good when you see that open lane there.
Feels great when you can get through there and get off the field, especially when North Dakota's had so much success on offense.
Silvernails punt fielded by Wortham cannot get out of the grasp of North Dakota's Sam Strandl, and the Grizzlies will be backed up down near the goal line. Good play by number 1. North Dakota special team step up. Grizz get the football when we come back. Early stages, 3rd quarter, North Dakota in front of Montana, 16-7, a matchup of ranked teams. Missouri Valley and Big Sky squaring off in a good game here. And we're joined by the commish, Tom Wistersill. This is what it's all about, college football. It does not get better than this setting. I know you've been here many times, but we're having a great time, and I think the fans are as well.
I've been very fortunate to be here many times, and every time I come in, it's special. I love coming down the tunnel and just the bright lights shine in your face. Today it's the sun, which is wonderful. And no, Wa-Grizz is a special place, and hopefully the crowd gets back into it, helps lift the team, makes a couple plays here, and we go from there.
Yeah, what do you like just about the Big Sky Conference? I remember when I was here, it was competitive, but I feel like each year there's more teams and it's become more competitive. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, I think it's the depth and quality of our coaching. We just have really good guys that are leading the programs. Great player development, great environments to play in, and you see it every year with the number of players we have, as you well know, that go on to play at the next level. If you can compete at the top of the Big Sky, you can compete anywhere, and it's just wonderful to see like the depth of the conference that I think continues to increase every year.
Yeah, Jordan Deaver with a catch close to the first down there. You could argue this environment is one of the best. The Brawl of the Wild at the end of the year, the best rivalry in college football, and a lot of people would not disagree with that.
You know, I've been fortunate to be all around the country working at different levels, and there's something special about the Brawl and just the way the state comes together. And you know, I'm not sure anybody has anything else on TV unless they're in the stadium, you know, on that day. So it's just it's one of the best rivalries in the country. We're very fortunate to have it as a key part of the Big Sky.
Montana deep in their territory trying to move the chains, and they will with Gilman as he breaks free for a moment across the 25 and gang tackled at the 30-yard line, trying to get that running game going. Obviously, national title right in the crosshairs every year for the Big Sky. Montana State almost did it. You got to think somebody's going to be in the hunt and try to get it this year.
You know, if you finish near the top of the league, you're going to have a chance to win the national title. And that's what every coach, number one, let's win the conference. Number two, we have a chance to win a national title. And I'm anxious to see. I think a conference race this year is wide open. And I'll be anxious to see as we get in towards November who's at the top.
Well, to your point on that, with this whole new level of NIL money and everything, you see a lot of good athletes coming to the Big Sky Conference to play and compete for a national championship, and that's what you get in the Big Sky Conference every year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're so fortunate to have, like I said, the depth of those programs. And if you're a second or third stringer at the FBS level, why wouldn't you want to come play for a national title?
There's an open receiver, Brooks Davis, for a first down into North Dakota territory. They're inside the 40. They get an explosive play. They haven't had many here. And Ayat, a guy growing into his role, and they love his upside.
Deep sail route here by Brooks Davis. Kaylee Ayat hitting him on the money down the field. Great job by Kaylee throwing the ball downfield to his receiver that got open on the sail route.
30-yard pickup right there. Montana trailing by just 9. Third quarter, they go straight ahead with Gilman down to the 34. Two new members coming to the Big Sky. Southern Utah, Utah Tech. Talk about your excitement there.
Well, we knew Sac State was going to be leaving. It was just a matter of when. So, you know, we had an opportunity to backfill and bring in two, you know, good programs, two programs that are in our footprint, and continue to dominate the West Coast from an FCS level. So it made a lot of sense for us. Buys us a little insurance as far as numbers goes. You just never know what's happening, you know, around you. So you worry about what you can control. And what we can control is bringing those two programs in and securing our future.
No doubt about that with the landscape of college football and how much movement there's been from year to year at all levels, the FCS and FBS level.
Second down here on play action. Ayat setting up, throws back against the grain to Gilman. Short gain, a flag is thrown in the backfield. They may back him up here.
Well, this against Montana, that's something that they've had trouble with today, is penalties on first and second down.
Offense, number 84. 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
That's Evan Schaefer, the tight end. So every year, the Big Sky makes a statement football-wise, but you've got some other things going on. Montana Big Sky champs a year ago. The big dance, that was a special moment for them here in Missoula.
Yeah, absolutely. Great program that Travis DeCure is running here.
Second down, second down.
In a really good basketball league, you know, he continues to always have a team near the top, and so fun to watch his teams play, and it'll be another wide open year in basketball too.
Second down, Ayat flush in the pocket, deep ball downfield, and incomplete. He wanted Davis near the goal line. Incomplete. How about the FCS championship in Nashville? The move from Frisco there.
Exciting to, you know, Frisco's a great home. They're doing some serious renovation, can't host it. So we go to Nashville for a couple years, play there at Vandy Stadium, which has undergone a very large renovation. So it'll be exciting to be there and to see what it's like. Hopefully there's a Big Sky team there. Heck, how about two Big Sky teams? Let's do that.
Great.
And let's have an opportunity. So really exciting to be going to Nashville. Obviously a wonderful city.
No doubt. Music City, 3rd down. They set up the screen. Rocker's got it, makes one man miss, and he's dropped right near the line of scrimmage at the 44. 4th down upcoming here. So your thoughts as you look down the line here? It's early season. What are your hopes as you look down the line in towards the fall?
Well, I think we have some really good deep football teams. I think everybody's learning who they are. There's so much change, especially at quarterback in our league. You know, Northern Arizona really the only one that brings back experienced quarterback play. So I think there's growing pains right now. And but you know what, the cream always rises to the top at the end of the season. I think we'll have some really meaningful games in November.
Commish, thanks for coming by.
Great to be with you guys.
So much. Good to see you.
Always good to see you as we watch a good one here in Missoula as that punt will find its way to the end zone. Still a 16-7 game. North Dakota in front at Washington-Grizzly Stadium.
Today's game is sponsored by the University of Montana. Build your skills the Montana way. Town Pump. Pump it up. Stockman Bank. Montana's brand of banking. Your Montana Chevy dealers. And Montana State University. Mountains and Mines.
Aerial view of Missoula, Montana. A beautiful college football Saturday. 16-7, North Dakota midway through the 3rd quarter at Grizz. After a costly penalty, Montana had to punt the football, and the Fighting Hawks start at the 20-yard line. Zebarth, the hammer, trying to run it, and he is hammered. Shut down Elijah Tolbert, 6'1", 232 senior from Chicago on the stop.
Good job by Tolbert reading his keys here and playing downhill. This is a zone flash play. You see Zebarth cut and wind back, and Tolbert's right there in his responsibility to make the play.
So talented at linebacker. They go too deep, and they're all good. Tolbert, one of those guys. 2nd down and 9, just across the 20. Kaminsky wants to put it in the air. Kaminsky, deep ball downfield. It's well covered. Good job by Keon Loud as they were looking for Deng Deng, the redshirt freshman.
Well, Keon Loud, long, rangy, can run. We didn't even cue him up on this, but Coach Schmidt talked about how special of an athlete Keon Loud is. He was all over that route, almost running it for him. You couldn't even tell who the receiver was there. Good job by him.
He's not easily intimidated. You've got to have that attitude out there.
That's the first time they've tested him today. Let's see if they come back here and man-to-man once again for Montana. He's at the top of your screen right now.
They're coming with the blitz. Slant pattern incomplete. Fleming, the intended receiver, Loud right with them. They brought a little bit of pressure, and they'll bring the punt team out there.
Jerry Kaminsky makes the right read. It's a packed box, one-on-one up top. Keon Loud just did his job a little bit better. Look for that matchup down the stretch. You can see that North Dakota has elected to try Keon Loud a couple of times.
One thing Montana has done here, they have turned the field. They have field position now in their favor. Did not have that in the first half. Luke Silvernail will punt it away. Deck at the 36. Number 2 waiting on it. Fair catch called for and made at the 37. Good field position for the Grizz. They've got it trailing by 9. That was the score at halftime. Montana trying to get their offense jump-started here on home turf. Military Appreciation Day. And so much to be proud of. The Stars and Stripes, Old Glory, being waved here at Washington-Grizzly Stadium. The coin flip from the Montana governor. How about the USS Montana crew here? Captain and 5 other sailors from that ship on the field. And of course, the fireworks, the red, white, and blue. Montana's president, Seth Bodnar, a former Army Green Beret, and you've got to tip your caps to those sailors there and what they mean to our country. And this is a special time of the year, college football, and it's great to be able to honor those people that do so much for us in the United States.
So we can do what we do here today, be out there and live in this beautiful country and watch beautiful games like this. People that go serve our country and protect us. You just can't have enough respect. Usually someone has some connection, whatever way, to the military, and just so much respect for those individuals.
2nd down and 6. Good field position for Montana. Let's see if they can take advantage of it. Wortham out of the Wildcats going to carry it and does not get much, maybe a yard. They have really held the All-American in check in a lot of ways in this one. Rucker and Devereaux combined on the stop.
Coach Schmidt's defense is just playing responsibility football, owning their leverage right now. Really good job by Rucker, squeezing the line and making Wortham bubble and run him out of bounds for a short gain.
3rd down, 4 at the 43-yard line. Double tight ends to the right for Montana. Ayat out of the backfield, incomplete. Wanted Gilman near the sideline, and it's 4th down.
Good read by Kaylee Ayat there. Just didn't quite work out. Maybe a little bit more touch on it would have been okay, but Malachi McNeil was just running him down. And there's a battle going on right here. You see Gilman and McNeil up here kind of getting after each other. It's getting chippy. This is a tough game. This is what you want to watch and be a part of as a Montana and North Dakota fan.
Morrison's punt hung up in the air. Lewis makes the fair catch at the 23-yard line. And now a message from Whitefish Credit Union.
Montana's largest credit union offers Montanans the best way to save. Whitefish Credit Union certificates are available now.
It has been a defensive battle here at Washington-Grizzly Stadium. Montana just 200 yards of offense. North Dakota gets another stop, and they'll have the football after the punt at the 23-yard line. Jerry Kaminsky's been the story so far. 225 yards, a couple touchdown strikes. Neither team has scored so far in this 2nd half. Quarterback keeper, Kaminsky, and Wing gets to him and drops him, but he picks up close to 5 on that carry.
Kaminsky took a shot there by Peyton Wing.
11's helmet came up. I really must sit out the next play.
So he's got to come out for a play due to his helmet coming off. Great job by Peyton Wing, working flat across the line to his responsibility and making a tackle on Kaminsky.
And that means Javance Tupuada Johnson, San Diego State transfer, is going to get an opportunity here. And this is a very athletic guy. They like to use him in run scenarios.
You saw him come in for Kansas State and throw the ball for one play at 21 yards. They're not afraid to try anything with him.
6'5", 215 sophomore. Takes the snap, hands it off. It's Zebarth who breaks one, and he has a 1st down up to the 41-yard line. Cade Boyd on the stop. 4 carries, 20 yards for Gavin Zebarth, the senior from Cambridge, Minnesota.
You see right here the offensive line for North Dakota getting a push on the defensive line for Montana. It's going to be interesting, something to look for. North Dakota is going to stay on the ground a little bit more as we get into the later quarters of this game.
Kaminsky back in there after losing his helmet from the gun. Kaminsky down the sideline, and it is incomplete. Loud on the coverage, and that was a pass intended for Nate DeMontenac. A big 6'3" target couldn't come up with it.
Well, DeMontenac's a big target. Again, they're trying Keon Loud, and this kid just keeps showing up and playing great technique football, not panicking. And you don't really see that for a young guy. We're going to get a look at it right here. He stays right on his hip, and the refs let him play. Good hand fighting. Win by the Montana defender.
2nd and 10. Here comes Tolbert on the blitz. Kaminsky hit, ball is free. Montana's got it. Wing recovers. Boyd, the guy that got in there and dislodged it, and the Grizz get a big turnover.
Ruling on field is an interception. 1st and 10, Montana.
Well, you can hear this place right now. That's what the Montana defense needed. They needed to get a turnover. Their offense has not been producing. They have good field position right now. And now, if you're the Montana offense, you need to capitalize. Watch Peyton Wing here in the defensive line and pressure by Cade Boyd coming off the edge from the safety position and causing a fumble that turned out to be an interception. Heads up play by Peyton Wing.
They threw the kitchen sink. They had Tolbert coming from the other side, but they really got after the quarterback there. 1st down now at the North Dakota 33. First turnover for the Fighting Hawks. Bohannon in motion. Ayat looking Bohannon's way, makes the catch and tries to tightrope the sideline over there and ends up picking up 5 yards out of bounds at the 28. Blew it on the coverage.
That's something Montana hasn't been able to do consistently today, is win first down. There's a big difference between 2nd and 10 and 2nd and 5. And right now it's 2nd and 5. Both are options. You see right here the first half and the second half last week for the Grizz defense. So hopefully they made some adjustments, and there's a little bit of that coming into this game.
Now can the offense cash in? They've been in neutral for quite some time. They've got the football at the 28-yard line now. Gilman straight ahead inside the 25, and he's about a yard shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd and short upcoming.
Well, Trey, this is when Montana's at their best. Nothing special. They're able to get 3 and 4 yards on the ground, and now they have a 3rd and manageable, both run and pass options for Kali'i in the Montana offense.
Got a couple tight ends out there right now in Gale and Rohr on the right side of the formation. Gilman standing behind Ayat here on 3rd down and a long one. Play action. Ayat to the air. He's got a man. It's caught. Davis. Montana's in. Touchdown. "24 yards, and it's a one-score game."
Well, that's what Montana needed to get back on track. What a throw by Kali'i Ayat. But let's take a look at Brooks Davis and his ability to catch the ball in traffic. Really good job for him to concentrate on the ball and haul it in. You can see Kali'i dropping back. Offensive line, unbelievable protection, and he hit him right in stride. Good throw by Kali'i Ayat.
Big extra point for Morrison, and he splits the uprights. 2-point game, 16-14. They've had a couple big pass plays. Bohannon in the first half, Davis here in the second half.
2 explosive plays, both resulted in scores. You see why explosive offense is so important to have. Montana has struggled today. Really good job by coach getting them back on track by Kali'i. Look at the protection from the offensive line. Again, that's something that has not happened today. He's had pressure in his face and had to throw off schedule, and that hasn't done well for Montana. Right there, he had good protection from his line, good protection from the tight ends and the backs, was able to deliver a strike to Brooks Davis.
And how about dialing up that play in a 3rd and 1?
Well, kind of makes you wonder if they're going to go for it on 4th down or not. They were man-to-man outside, and Kali'i saw it, made the right read, but I mean, home run ball on 3rd and 1 rather than just taking the high percentage run to get a first down.
Ayat's first touchdown pass, a big one for Bobby Houck. 2-point game. We kind of expected a game like this, didn't we?
Knockdown, drag out, fight between the Big Sky and Missouri Valley Conference. I mean, this stadium has come to life, and if you're Montana on defense, you got to do exactly what you've been doing with your responsibilities, because Jerry Kaminsky is going to come out here and he's going to operate at a high level and be extremely efficient like he has all day.
Pressure caused a turnover to set up the touchdown.
Well, North Dakota, you can't go on the road, turn the ball over. They haven't done it all day, and they did it in a really inopportune place on the field. And now, right now, this place is erupting. You can't even hear yourself think up here in the booth.
A first down run and short yardage. Micah Harper on the tackle, and Seidel on the carry right there. And again, you get a little game pressure now on North Dakota after that score. Can they keep the momentum going if you're the home team?
Well, football is such a momentum game. It's so funny that you say that, because now the crowd's in it. And let's see if Kaminsky and the offense can continue to do what they've done all day and move the chains.
Showing blitz. Leonard is coming. Kaminsky's going to keep it, and he's knocked down as he takes it across the 30. It'll be a 3rd down and short coming up. Solo Tuliaupupu on the stop.
Solomon Tuliaupupu, the USC transfer. You can see why USC recruited him. He made the play from the opposite side of the line of scrimmage and running Kaminsky down. He's a big individual, and he can run.
And he's healthy now. He's had an injury-plagued career. 3rd down, big play. Showing blitz, they back off of it, they'll run it for a first down with Seidel, who runs over Roush, and a strong run up to the 46-yard line. Seidel shot out of a cannon, and number 9 moves the sticks.
That was a physical statement by Seidel. He didn't even try to make a move, and that's his bread and butter. He just said, I'm stronger than you, and I'm gonna run through you. What a physical run by Seidel.
13 yards, and that's been the mantra of both of these programs. Physicality, you saw it right there. First down the 46. Seidel, and he's into Grizz territory, down to the 48-yard line. Harper and Leonard combine on the stop, and they really leaning on the run game right now.
Nothing special here. The North Dakota offensive line, they're not running any gap scheme. They're not pulling anybody. They're not motioning. They're just lining up and saying, we're going to push you off the ball, and we're going to run behind you. Something you don't typically see with Seidel. Usually they get him the ball on the perimeter. They just want to get him the ball up the middle and see what can happen. And they've had a lot of success on this drive. Montana's going to have to shore it up here if they want to shut him down.
We've got 3 tight ends on the field right now. Second down. Quarterback keeper. Kaminsky in the open field at the 30. And he's knocked out of bounds finally by Prince Ford. Kaminsky following his back into the hole, and he found the lane, 38 yards.
Little quarterback ISO with the lead blocker on there. That's kind of hard to defend. We're going to get a look at it right here. Watch on the right side of your screen. They do a little tag block, and the guard pulls around, and then you see Lay out in front, leading the way for him. Good job by Kaminsky, running behind his blocks. Now they're in Montana territory.
They are massive up front, and they're leaning on their offensive line right now in the red zone. Again, quarterback follows the running back. Not much doing this time. Maybe a yard, and that's it.
Well, if it's not broke, don't fix it. That's the exact same play that they just had the 40-yard run on right there. And now they flip it, try it on the other side. Montana shuts it down there. So if you're Montana right now, you see what they're trying to do. They're just saying, we're going to push you off the ball, and you got to stop us. And this is what happened in the second half of last year's game. They got to get it short up if they want a chance to win this one.
That's going to be our final play of the third quarter. Kaminsky, 77 yards on the ground, 225 through the air, but Montana has the only score so far in the second half. Fourth quarter coming up. Missouri Valley, Big Sky, and a big fourth quarter coming up from Grizz. 16-14 game in Missoula. We start the fourth quarter. Quite a battle, North Dakota and Montana. 2nd and 8 for the Fighting Hawks inside the Montana 10-yard line. Kaminsky on the quarterback keeper trying to get to the edge. Loud is there to track him down, and he drops him at the 9-yard line. And a flag comes in late. After the play, they throw the flag. Loud did a great job stretching that one to the sideline.
Looks like they're going to get Keon Loud on an unsportsmanlike conduct. Probably said something that he shouldn't. Can't have that. What a big mistake for Montana.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense. Number 5, taunting. That being be forced half the distance to the goal, and an automatic first down.
Boy, that's a big break for North Dakota. Instead of third down from the 9, they'll have a 1st and goal.
Great job by the Montana defense, taking care of your responsibilities, getting Kaminsky out of the pocket, making an open field tackle, and then just after the play, no room for that. What a great play by Keon Loud. Just can't have those penalties if you're Montana.
1st and goal from the 5 now. Lay is in at the running back spot. Ty in motion. They fake it to Ty. Kaminsky looking to throw it. Back in the end zone, just throws it away. Nothing available there. Fleming in the area.
Well, Coach Tim Houck and Roger Cooper Defensive coordinators have decided that they're not going to let Kaminsky sit back there and throw the ball. They're going to try to generate pressure, whether it's a 4-man front with line games or pressure from the edge, 5 or 6 coming.
Red Zone recap brought to you by the AVA Law Group. North Dakota has struggled down here.
This could be the story of the game, depending on how this all shakes out. But 5 times in the end zone or in the red zone, you need to come away with some points if you're North Dakota.
Tie in motion, lay straight ahead. Maybe a yard, maybe 2. Let's see the market at the 4. And a big third down coming up. Hunter Peck, the senior, the Carroll transfer on the stop.
Good physical at the point of attack by him, stopping the play from getting outside or getting widened and allow the runner to come inside. This place is really loud right now. It's going to be impeccable for North Dakota to handle the snap count in the north end zone.
Yeah, that end zone specifically, you know all about it. Deafening. Play action, Kaminsky, touchdown. Ty hauls it in, a big touchdown strike. The sophomore from Glen Ellen, Illinois, adds to their lead.
What a throw by Jerry Kaminsky, knowing that he's got man in the slot there to Ty. I mean, it looks like they're in 7-on-7. He simply drops back, knew right where he was going to throw the ball, throws a strike with her defender in his face. You see why he's so good and why they did so good against Kansas State, against Portland State. He doesn't make mistakes. He has a lot of confidence in the pocket pre-snap to know where he's going with the football, and you saw it on that throw.
His 3rd touchdown strike, and the extra point is good from Elrich, and it's again a 9-point advantage, 23-14. What a big-time 3rd down conversion right there from North Dakota.
Great throw by Kaminsky. More to come back in a tight one in Washington Grizz.
Today's game is sponsored by the University of Montana. Build your skills the Montana way. Town Pump. Pump it up. Stockman Bank. Montana's brand of banking. Your Montana Chevy dealers. And Montana State University. Mountains and Mines.
Main hall on the campus of the University of Montana. 4th quarter, a battle between North Dakota and Montana. It was a 16-7 game at the break. Montana cut it to 2, and then a 10-play, 75-yard drive from the Fighting Hawks to regain the 9-point advantage.
Look for Montana to get the ball into their playmakers' hands. I'd like to see Wortham get the ball a little bit more here in this 4th quarter down the stretch.
Loftman's kick past Wortham through the end zone. Thanks for sending your picture into the Marsh McLennan Agency Fan Zone. Here are a few of our favorites from today. Keep them coming. And some North Dakota fans, some Grizz fans. And this is a much anticipated matchup. It has not disappointed. A couple ranked teams from a couple power conferences in the FCS.
People getting together to watch the game, watch this knockdown drag out between Montana and North Dakota. Battle going on here today.
Some of the best football fans in the country from those 2 states. And Bobby Houck's team has some catching up to do here.
No pro teams. You gotta love your university. That is your pro team.
Absolutely. 1st down from the 25. 2 receivers left. They'll run it that way with Gilman. He gets the corner turned, turns it upfield, breaks it for a moment. McNeil's right with him and runs him out of bounds. That could have been to the house if not for McNeil. And Gilman hoping that's a sign of things to come here in the 2nd half.
Keep giving a guy like Gilman the ball and the offensive line opportunities. You're going to start to see runs like this. You see the push on the left side of the offensive line, and Gilman just having a physical finish.
20-yard pickup. This time, nothing doing on the left side. They have really held him in check for the most part. 15 carries, 63 yards. Has a couple big runs in this game. Zach Lewis on the stop.
Well, Coach Schmidt with the 4 down front, you see why it works so good against an offensive line in a running game like Montana. It keeps the ball inside, more likely than a 3 down front.
To update Gilman, 16 carries, 83 yards now. 2nd down, play action. Ayat to the sideline, Davis the catch, and Davis is close to the 1st down. They'll mark him out inside the 45. That will be a 1st down. Antonio Blewett on the stop.
Really long throw by Kaylee Ayat to Davis. Great decision by him, seeing that pre-snap and knowing where he's going to go with the football. You can take a look on the right side of your screen. Gilman does a great job picking up the pressure off the right side by the nickel. That's the 5th defensive back for North Dakota on the pressure.
And that nickel was shaken up. Johnny Wiltshire slowly walking towards the sideline. Number 3 there, the senior from Middletown, Delaware.
Well, Montana's got a little bit of momentum right now, which they haven't had today. Right now, you got Rocker and Wortham both in the game, and Wortham is in the wildcat position. We could see something interesting here because he can run and he can throw.
One of the top athletes in the country at the quarterback spot. There he goes, number 6 up the middle and down to the 38-yard line. This is an option that everybody knows about. Can they take advantage with number 6 in the backfield? Jai Martin on the tackle there.
Well, Jai Martin was a shoelace away from the band being struck up. What a tackle by him. One-on-one in the hole. That's a really hard thing to do if you're a defender against Wortham, an extremely talented player in space.
6-yard pickup. Ayat backside pressure. Down he goes. He recovers his own fumble. Back at the 44, he found the football. Lance Rucker got in there in a hurry and disrupted things.
What you see from so many great pass rushers is their ability to get off the line of scrimmage right at the snap count. And Lance Rucker was like shot out of a cannon. And Kaylee Ayat held onto the ball and didn't have a big negative for Montana, but that's a huge positive for the North Dakota defense. Now Montana's 3rd and long right now, and you make it so they have to force it a little bit more than they would have liked to.
It's their 2nd sack from the 45. Ayat flushed out of the pocket, being chased, has to get rid of the football. Nowhere to go with it. Caden Vig was giving pressure, the sophomore end. 4th and long.
Good pressure by North Dakota, creating nothing for Montana after the play by Rucker. Kaylee Ayat, good decision throwing it out of bounds. There's nothing there. You don't want to take a sack or throw an interception and force it. Once again, though, North Dakota getting off the field on 3rd down, and Montana shooting themselves in the foot and unable to convert on 3rd down.
Ty Morrison will try to pin them back now. As you look at the upbacks there, the blockers, Gale and Dietrich. Lewis standing inside the 10 for North Dakota. End over end, trying to look for the corner, and it's an effective kick. See where they mark it. The vicinity of the 10-yard line, out at the 9. That's where the Fighting Hawks will have it. 11:45 to go. The visitors from North Dakota in front. The Greens support. North Dakota in front by 9, just under 12 minutes to go from Washington-Grizzly Stadium, one of the great environments in college football. And the question, which school in Montana or the Dakotas has the best game day atmosphere? Are Williams Heating a plumbing poll? And the answer, we're going to see on the postgame show. Going to keep you in suspense here. North Dakota with the football. Trying to burn some clock here, leading by 9, deep in their own territory. Their run game has had moments. They've been pretty effective. They're over close to 400 yards total offense. They've rushed for 163.
Yeah, they've had it when they've needed it on the ground. The offensive line for North Dakota creating plays to convert on 3rd down, win on 1st down, get them in situations where they can push the ball downfield, and that's when they're best. If Montana's going to want to have a chance to get into this game, they're going to have to get off the field on 3rd down on defense.
We welcome those of you that watch Montana State's win over San Diego. Trey Bender, Jordan Tripp, Washington Grizzly Stadium. Kyle Hansen on the sidelines. North Dakota out of the Missouri Valley has been physical. They've run the football when they've needed to, and they're trying to pull off the upset here. As Gavin Zebarth carries that one for a 1st down. We're nearing the 10-minute mark here in the 4th.
Another simple inside run by North Dakota, moving the chains, chewing the clock, and that's what mode they are in right now, trying to take as much as they can in this 4th quarter to keep the ball out of Montana's hands.
Jerry Kaminsky's been the story. 3 touchdown passes. He's rushed for 77 at the quarterback spot. To the air here, B.J. Fleming with the catch, and he's across the 30 and is close to a 1st down. Fleming's had a big game.
Fleming's had a really big game in terms of catching the ball on the perimeter and making people miss, and then also down the field for some home run shots. He's came up really big today from the wideout position for North Dakota.
4 catches, has a touchdown grab, over 100 receiving. 2nd down and a yard now at the 30-yard line. They'll run it. Zebar straight ahead. Otluski corrals him, but he has the 1st down as he's dragged down at the 32.
Another short run and 1st down for North Dakota, playing into the hand that they exactly want to be in right now. Halfway through the 4th quarter, positive runs, nothing big, not risking the football, pushing it down the field. Montana's going to have to create something here with pressure or some type of turnover to get the ball back into their offense's hands.
Defense, considering for Montana, has played pretty well, giving up just 23 points. Remember, this team gave up 35 to K-State, downfield with it, and it's incomplete as they were looking for Fleming. Keon Loud with him step for step.
Well, I think that this week they just told Keon Loud he's going to play man-to-man and just forget about everything else. You see him getting tested a lot. And he showed up to the task today against their top receivers, and they haven't hit anything on him. Look potentially for North Dakota in a gotta-have-it situation to go to that other side and test out Lawler on the other side to see if they can get back to some of that success they had downfield early in the game.
Caden Dennis, the receiver, top of the screen. They send Seidel in motion, fake it to him, set up the screen, and it's a good one to the tight end Rumfo, who rumbles down the sidelines and has a 1st down. That was a well-conceived play right there, and the senior moves the chains. Loud on the tackle on that play right there. 18-yard pickup.
What a physical run by Rumfo. After the catch, you see him leak out there late. Wing misses the tackle, and then he lowers down his shoulders here and just runs through the block, runs through the tackle, and Keon Loud finishes positive yardage for North Dakota.
Now Jordan Loud is down at the 44-yard line. Let's hope that's not serious. He has been such a key component at that cornerback spot for this team.
Yeah, he's shown up big today. It'll be interesting to see if North Dakota decides to go in and continue to try to push the ball downfield with Loud out. You really hope he's okay. He's shown up so big today. Tremendous job by him on the defensive side of the football, getting tested in all 4 quarters.
Now a message from Whitefish Credit Union.
Montana's largest credit union offers Montanans the best way to save. Whitefish Credit Union certificates are available now.
I'd like to take a second to recognize
it's good to see number 5 up and jogging off.
Hard work and sacrifice and the discipline.
Yeah, you never
day in and day out.
Never know what's going on. You kind of just hold your breath, and yeah, it's just great to see him up and running off the field, and hopefully we see him back here in this game.
Matchup of ranked teams here. North Dakota coming in number 16, a 3-point loss at K-State, a 50-20 win over Portland State. Montana fresh off a victory in their opener over Central Washington, 42-17. North Dakota has been impressive as a road team in a tough environment. Here's the quarterback keeper by Kaminsky, and he slides down and goes down at the 45-yard line. TJ Roush hit him.
Good job by Roush pulling off. That's why the refs didn't throw a flag there. Good decision by Kaminsky to take what he can get and get down. Looked like a big hit, but he went right over the top of him. Good job. Got a little piece of him there, and that's why North Dakota's unhappy. From up here, it looks like they got a good shot on him, but next play, I guess.
And the slide started at the 47, so that's where they place the football. They'll run it with Seidel, and he's met in the hole. Otluski gobbles him up right there and drops him to set up a 3rd and long.
Great play by Otluski. Good job by the interior defensive line for Montana, creating a wall and forcing him outside so Otluski could make the play. 3rd down and long if you're Montana. You love to be in this position, but you have to get off the field. Otluski ran out there. We got Solomon Tuliapupu and Elijah Tolbert in the outside linebacker position.
Otluski a little bit shaken up. We'll have to find out the story there. 3rd down now. Kaminsky, and that's deflected by Elijah Tolbert. A big play from number 11.
Tolbert showing up big again in a big-time moment, and that was a critical 3rd down for Montana if they want to have a chance to get back in this football game. He came from the field linebacker position on pressure and got his hands up, tipped the ball, turnover. here we go. Montana's got a chance to get back into this football game.
That 3-3-5 defense, so tough to deal with. You know better than anybody on 3rd and long, and they force the punt here. Luke Silvernail, the junior from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and the fair catch called for and made by Deck at the 6-yard line. 7:27 to go, a 2-score game. Montana has the football when we come back from Missoula.
This guy's made an unbelievable. He's done a great job creating the turnovers. Awesome. Antonio Blewett, 2 picks all over the field. Saw some action for the first time this year for the Fighting Hawks. Done a great job.
North Dakota, a believer in the process. They've been confident. They believe they can win games, and they're looking good here on the road. There's a good start for Montana, though, as they get the ball into the hands of Josh Gale, the senior tight end. 17-yard pickup up to the 22-yard line.
Montana's in hurry-up mode here because you only have so many possessions with 7 minutes left in the game.
Ball 3 timeouts remaining, plus the 2-minute timeout. Ayat underneath Wortham, breaks the tackle, look out! Wortham across the 30. Anytime he breaks a tackle in open space, he's got the ability to take it the distance. Zach Lewis finally knocked him out near the first down.
You kind of hold your breath every time he touches the ball because you never know when he's going to hit the home run. Really good job by him, making a miss in open space for positive yardage.
8-yard pickup, Ayat to the air again, incomplete this time. And there's a flag late coming in. Bohannon, the intended receiver. Grant Nolan's going to get flagged here for pass interference.
I really like what Grant Nolan's did there. He just used his hands a little bit too much. Oh, that's a physical receiver, Trey. You've got to be physical against him.
Pass interference, defense, number 27. Ball be placed in spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
6:44 to go. We mentioned the timeout situation. Plenty of time left here. Here's a look at this play by the cornerback.
Well, I mean, it's just one of those things where it's close, good physical play at the top of the route. The receivers are playing maybe a little bit of a tug there that got the penalty.
Ayat rolling right. Ayat throws wide open. Deck's got it for a first down into North Dakota territory and run out of bounds at the 42. Zach Lewis, the rover, on the tackle.
Montana's got a little bit of momentum here. They're getting the ball downfield to their guys on the perimeter. Right now, North Dakota is going into a 3-man front, 5 down. A little bit different than something we've seen today. Got 2 linebackers inside.
After the 21-yard pickup, Ayat to the air again. Wants Bohannon on the other side, and another flag, and again, Nolan, the guilty party over there.
Well, you see the 2 linebackers on the inside. They're showing pressure, and they both pop out. But what it did is they effectively got man-to-man, and Nolan was man-to-man again. It's going to get another pass interference at the top of the route on the receiver.
Pass interference, defense, number 27. Playing these places, spot of foul, automatic first down.
They move the football down to the 28-yard line. North Dakota trying to beat a top 5 opponent on the road for the first time since 2018. Grizz has some time, though, trying to make it a 1-score game. Ayat, sideline incomplete. That was behind Gale, who is covered tightly over there by Jai Martin.
Kaylee Ayat looking for the back shoulder. Jai Martin's on top of him in the route. So when you're a quarterback, you want to throw it behind him. You want to intentionally underthrow it. That's what Kaylee Ayat saw there. I just don't think Gale knew that that's what he was going to get. The more those guys work together, they'll figure that out. But good job by Jai Martin forcing a bad throw.
Wortham in a slot right at the bottom of the screen. It's Brooks Davis. Ayat steps up in the pocket underneath. Gilman's got it. Hit hard and knocked down at the 21-yard line. It'll set up a 3rd and short from there. Payne Parks on the tackle.
Well, for Montana, it's a 2-score game. You're looking at the clock right now at 6 minutes. It's getting down there, but a field goal or a touchdown's okay, so you don't have to go for it on 4th down here if you don't get it on this 3rd down.
Well, their leading tackler is injured here. Jai Martin, a blitz guy. He's been aggressive. A key part to their back end at DB. They're attending to him right now.
Physical collision between Eli Gilman and Jai Martin. on this one. You can see Jai come out from his safety position and drive on Eli. You just hope he's okay. He's jogging off right now.
This has been a physical game. I guess we're not surprised. These teams get after it.
You know, you hope to see Jai back out here. He's been playing so great. Such a physical player, such a presence in the center of the field back there at the safety position. Both of these teams are just playing at such a high level of effort every single play, and it's incredibly fun to watch.
3rd and 3. You've got some options on the table here. Rocker's the running back. 4 receivers. Gale, a tight end, is one of those. Ayat looking, spotting a man. Rocker's got it. He hangs on, and he's inside the 10-yard line. Bobbled it for a moment. Zach Lewis on the tackle. It's 1st and goal.
A little double catch there. Blewett got a little bit out leverage and ended up making the tackle to save a touchdown. So good job by him. Great catch by Rocker.
And they're going to go tempo here. 1st and goal after that 11-yard pickup. Gilman to the right of Ayat. Ayat, pressure coming, he's in trouble. Down he goes at the 17. McNeil was in there and he got some help.
What a play by the UND defense. This is what has had to happen for them to get Montana behind the sticks, right up the middle. You can see North Dakota sending pressure with Malachi McNeil and then just finish him off for the negative play for North Dakota.
On 2nd down, Ayat to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Blewett on the coverage. They wanted Bohannon in the corner there, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, Blewett, number 22 from Buffalo, has had a career day with the interceptions and continuously tries to get tested by the Montana offense, and he shows up down in and down out. Really fantastic performance by him today.
3rd and goal from the 17. Again, a 2-score game. They've got 3 receivers to the right side of the formation. Ayat, blitz coming. Down he goes at the 26. And that was Johnny Wiltshire, the nickel on the blitz. And they force 4th down.
Wiltshire flying off the edge and making a huge tackle. You see him coming off the edge. What Montana's looking for right there is a face mask. You can't grab the back of the helmet, but he had him around the neck. That's a legal tackle. Great job by him.
And here's Ty Morrison's first field goal attempt of the season from 42. And the kick is good. Montana needed it. They needed 2 scores, and they're within 6 now as a senior from Valencia, California, splits the uprights.
Good job in the protection by the Montana offensive line. Hold by Brooks Davis and kick through the uprights for Montana. Now you're in a situation where you're down by 6. That PAT might come up here. Let's keep an eye on that right now, because a score and a PAT for Montana changes. If you're North Dakota, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Keep running the ball. You've had so much success. You've had a huge amount of offense during this game. If Montana wants to have a chance to get their offense back on the field, they're going to have to get off the field on 3rd down. They're going to have to win on 1st down.
How about this guy, Eric Schmidt? 3rd stint at North Dakota. He's been a coordinator everywhere. San Diego State last season, 4 All-Mountain West players. Washington, Fresno State, the time under Kalen DeBoer, the time under Bubba Schweigert. He's a perfect fit for that tough-minded Midwest mentality there.
Well, his players respect him so much. They're so detailed in everything that they do. You can tell by their alignment on defense, their alignment and how they approach the ball on offense. They've done a great job today in a really hectic environment in Washington-Grizzly.
Each team has 3 timeouts remaining. 1-score game as Morrison has it teed up at the 35-yard line. And back deep to receive. It's Deng Deng, and he watches that go into the end zone. And they'll start after the touchback on this drive. Well, Jerry Kaminsky, as good as advertised. 255 passing, 3 touchdowns, 81 yards rushing from his QB spot.
Well, Kaminsky's done everything as advertised today. You saw it against Kansas State. You saw it against Portland State. You saw it today in Montana. Going to Kansas State in that environment, going to Washington-Grizzly in that environment, and it doesn't even rattle him a little bit. Tremendous player.
From the 25, Quarterback keeper. Wilkinson was there. He leans forward and gets close to 4 yards. Got some help from Hayden Schwartz, the junior defensive end from Jacksonville, Florida.
These two teams are just battling it out right now. Offensive line against defensive line. Secondary, it's just a matchup type of game. And you see right now, Jerry Kaminsky, 16 of 34, efficient, 3 touchdowns, efficient. The 1 interception wasn't his fault. He does a great job. And let's not forget, 81 rushing yards. He's had a massive day.
The sophomore Seidel behind him is the running back in the pistol. Long count, finally takes a snap. Seidel straight ahead, couple yards to the 31. Roush, and at the point of attack, Ramos kind of bottled things up there. 3rd down coming up.
It's a battle, Trey. Again, a critical 3rd down in the game. Every single seat is empty because everybody's on their feet yelling. It's loud, it's hectic in here. Let's see if Jerry Kaminsky can do what he does so well and move the sticks again for North Dakota.
Do they bring pressure here on 3rd and 4? Tolbert and Otluski back off. Now Tolbert right up on the line of scrimmage. Kaminsky takes the snap. Here comes Otluski. The throw. It's incomplete. He wanted Romatka, the freshman tight end, and they force 4th down. Solomon Tuliaupupu.
Solomon Tuliaupupu with the pressure. Kaminsky wanted his basketball player at 6'6". Otluski right up the middle, forcing pressure in Kaminsky's face. You see him right here. Fantastic job not jumping and continuing to gain ground and force a bad throw. Montana's going to have a chance to get back in this game. Drew Deck's back to receive.
Luke Silvernail gets the kick away from his 20. Deck gauges it, grabs it at the 26, and he's down at the 30. Good coverage from North Dakota. They've been good all game long. That tackle made by David Newberger.
Well, Trey, we haven't talked about it enough. In my opinion, the special teams play in this game. North Dakota's punt team has kept the punt return team for Montana in check and hasn't let them rip a lot of long ones off. They're on the 30-yard line right now. That's a long way to drive the football if you're Montana. Fantastic jobs by the UND special teams today, with the exception of that PAT.
Bobby Hauck's team has 3 timeouts. They have the 2-minute timeout to work with as well as they start from the 30-yard line. 70 yards away from tying this one up. Ayat underneath, Rocker the catch, trying to get to the outside. Oh, he's hit hard and dropped at the 34. He took a wallop from Lance Rucker, the defensive end.
Lance Rucker is an explosive player. He came from about 7 yards deep on a pass and explosively struck the ball carrier. Fantastic job by him. 2nd and 6.
Ayat pressure up the middle, runs away from the pressure, and he's dragged down. Michael Devereaux, and here comes a flag.
So they're going to get Devereaux here on a horse collar on Kali'i Ayat. That's so hard as a defender. Back in my day, they didn't call that, and that was fair game. Tough draw there for University of North Dakota.
Personal foul, horse collar tackle, defense, number 34. That's a 15-yard penalty added to the end of the play. Automatic 1st down.
Going to get another look at it here. Cannon Panflop does a great job in protecting his quarterback. Fantastic job by Devereaux running down Kali'i Ayat. You just got to be aware of your hands in that situation, because now Montana has the ball at midfield and a fresh set of downs and a lot of time on the clock.
That's the Old Dominion transfer from El Reno, Oklahoma, the guilty party as we near the 2-minute mark here. 1st down at the 47. Ayat in trouble, down he goes at the 35-yard line. That was Lance Rucker again. Rucker and McNeil have been unbelievable today.
There's that man again. That is a bad dude. He is causing a lot of problems right now for the Montana offense.
The 6th sack for the Fighting Hawks. Rucker gets that one. 2-minute timeout in a 1-score game.
2 minutes.
This one hanging in the balance. 2 minutes to go from Washington-Grizzly Stadium. North Dakota in front of Montana 23-17 in this matchup of ranked teams. 2nd down, 19 after Ayat was sacked. Grizz have it at their 38-yard line. Rutgers split out bottom of the screen. They're going to go to the other side, though. Wide open. It's incomplete. It was Bohannon who had a beat on that one, broken up at the last minute, and Zach Lewis got his hand in there.
Zach Lewis just saved a massive explosive play. Kaylee Ayat sees right here that they got man on the perimeter and just throws it and doesn't quite connect. Good job by Lewis breaking the ball up.
Now 3rd and 19. Again, each team with 3 timeouts remaining. Only 1:54 on the clock. Empty set, 5 receivers. Pressure coming. Ayat goes to the sideline. Catch made by Bohannon, well short of the first down. Out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Now, your 4th down and 12. One school of thought here is just go for it. The other is punt it because you've got the 3 timeouts. Looks like they're going to leave the offense on the field.
So I think they're going to shift and probably hard count and then try to pin them deep here with 3 timeouts. I doubt they're going to go for it on 4th and 12, but who knows? We'll see. If they can get them to jump off sides, they might take a shot downfield, but UND is pretty disciplined.
They take the snap. Ayat looking downfield. He's got some room if he wants to run. Now he sets and throws. Open! The tight end, Gale! First down, Montana!
What a gutsy call by Coach Houck and Coach Pease on 4th and 11 to go for it. You don't have to do that there. You can punt it. They trust and believe in their team, and they want to go for the game here. We got a football game on our hands.
26-yard pickup. I thought for a moment Ayat was going to run, and then he stopped and found the open receiver.
Well, you wonder if they tried to fool the North Dakota defense by walking up to the line and hard counting and stepping back. That was very unexpected for the University of Montana. They're sorting something out down here. We'll let you guys know as soon as we do.
Well, Gale, one of the transfers that's an impact guy. Last year at UC Davis, 14 games on an 11-win team. A huge reception early in his career with the Grizzlies.
It's about as big as they get. That is gotta have it time, because if they don't get that there, UND's at midfield with all the time in the world to just eat the clock.
And Greg Wilson, the referee, I think they've got things sorted out here finally. First down at the North Dakota 28-yard line. 1:32 on the clock.
Clock operator, please reset the clock to 1:41, please. 1:41.
So they'll add 9 seconds. Again, each team with
And
3
we'll start on the
timeouts.
snap.
They were sorting it out on the field, whether he went out of bounds or not in the clock. It's a rule to see, but those seconds are extremely important.
Ayat to the air, open! Touchdown! Brooks Davis! Montana's tied it up!
If you're Montana, that's exactly what you want right there. This place is erupting. You see the offensive line for Montana do great in their protection, and Kay Lee believing that he can make this throw and stepping up in the pocket. This is a young kid who's done a great job of taking the coaching and hanging with it throughout the game, where Montana's offense has not had a lot of success.
Morrison for the lead. Got it. 24-23. Grizz, 1:35 remaining.
Well, great job by the Montana offense, but you got to live in the here and now. And a man by the name of Jerry Kaminsky in number 11 is going to have a chance with the ball. We're going to get a look right here. That's called a double move, a post and go. Little sluggo, seam, slant, fake, seam, and he hits him in stride for a touchdown. Good football play by Montana, and Kaylee Ayat weathering the storm and some struggles that they've had today. And boy, I will tell you what, this place is rocking right now.
They convert on a 4th and long. That's Davis's 2nd touchdown catch. 24 and now 28 yards. And it is lit up here at Wa Grizz right now.
You got to play in the moment as a player right now and not let the atmosphere get to you. Don't get a stupid penalty. Don't do something dumb if you're Montana. If you're UND, this is what you dream about. This is what they did against Kansas State when they had to have it. They went down and they scored methodically, and they've done that all day long. This is not Jerry Kaminsky getting rattled at all. He welcomes this.
Hoskins will watch that one go into the end zone on the touchback. And North Dakota with the 3 timeouts and 1:35. They have plenty of time to try to get into field goal range, but what a response from Montana, battling back to grab the lead here.
Well, something that Montana hasn't had recently is the ability to create explosive plays like they have consistently today. They haven't had a lot of success, but they did right there. And now the Montana defense is pumping it up in Washington-Grizzly right now. It is as loud as it's been all day long.
Wings coming on the blitz. They're going to run against it with Seidel. A good call. And he takes it up to the 34-yard line. Keon Loud on the tackle. 2nd and short coming up.
Good positive play for the University of North Dakota, causing a 2nd and short. And right now, the whole playbook's open for North Dakota and Coach Frickty, the offensive coordinator. And they got their speed in there in Seidel.
Kaminsky. Deep ball. Throws it over the head of everybody. Intended receiver was Ty. He was well covered by Lawler. 3rd and 1.
Again, miscommunication right there. They're in man-to-man, and Kaminsky knew it. He's got an option, Ty, to run an out or a go route, and you can see Kaminsky not happy that he did not run a fade when he was supposed to on 2nd and 1, and it is loud right now.
It's good to see Otluski out there. He was in on that last play after getting banged up a little bit. 3rd down and a yard. Seidel, he has a 1st down. Ramos got to him and stopped his forward progress, but they moved the chains up to the 40.
Seidel's got elite speed, sub 10.7 in the 100-meter. If he gets in the open, it's history. Montana's got to focus on containing him.
Under a minute to go now. Kaminsky, and incomplete. Wanted Fleming. He's been his top target all day long. Loud on the coverage, and Loud shaken up again. That's a couple times in this game.
Keon Loud's down. Hope he's okay. Good defensive play by him in breaking up the pass.
Boy, the physical nature of this game. 2 playoff caliber teams, ranked matchup, Missouri Valley, Big Sky. This has had a little bit of everything. And this is just game 2 for Montana. What a start to the season.
Well, the Missouri Valley Football Conference and the Big Sky Football Conference are 2 elite football conferences in the FCS, and you see why both teams have 5 to 6 teams each year, because this is the product of football that you're going to see week in and week out. He's okay. You'd like to see that. If you're a Montana fan and a North Dakota fan, you don't want to see any injuries, and you just can't speak to how physical this game has been for both sides and both teams.
Standing and roaring here at Washington-Grizzly Stadium, 2nd and 10. Again, North Dakota still has their 3 timeouts to work with.
Check the bottom of your screen here. Montana's looking to go man-to-man and create pressure. They don't want to let Kaminsky sit back and throw the ball.
Pressure coming. Kaminsky to the sideline, incomplete. Wanted Fleming, and that was Prince Ford over there, in there for Loud on the coverage.
Well, sometimes when you see rotation and defensive backs or someone come out, they want to test them. You're coming off the sideline, you're cold, you're not in the game, and they did. They tested Prince Ford there. Good job getting it. We got our man, number 5, Keon Loud, back in the game.
3rd and 10. Wing and Leonard up on the line. They back off on the blitz. Kaminsky, slant pattern, catch is made, short gain, Fleming goes down. Elijah Watolbert was there, and it's 4th down.
Good open field tackle by Elijah Watolbert. North Dakota's going to gather here and decide what they're going to do. You still got that man, Jerry Kaminsky, over there.
North Dakota.
Very good in these types of situations.
30-second timeout.
So 2 timeouts remaining for the Fighting Hawks, who led this one by 9 points at halftime. Bobby Houck's team rallying in the second half. Big touchdown pass from Ayat to Davis from 28 yards out to take the lead. What do you dial up for North Dakota, and what do you dial up defensively if you're Montana?
Well, if I'm coach from North Dakota, I'm going to say, Jerry, what do you like here? You know us best. You're the one on the field. Let's do what you want to do. And traditionally, he's been very good in these situations. On defense for Montana, you can't have any penalties that are going to cause an automatic first down. They're going to put you in a bad situation. This is the play of the game right now in Washington-Grizzly.
It's on the line right here. Pressure coming, backside, the throw, and it's incomplete. No flags. Fleming can't come up with it. Montana takes over on downs. Loud on the coverage.
Well, Keon Loud, the young corner, comes up big for Montana on the play to get off the field on a critical 3rd down. Jerry Kaminsky had the right read. Keon Loud just had a little bit better coverage. You can see right here, fighting at the top of the route. North Dakota a little unhappy, thinking there's some hands, but look at the pressure from Montana defensive line. They brought 6 people, 0 coverage. Everyone had a man, and for that to go the way that it did, Keon Loud is probably the only one you can have and trust in that situation.
They go to the knee here. A couple timeouts for North Dakota to use, but they're on the doorstep of a dramatic come-from-behind win. It didn't surprise you one bit. They brought the house there with the blitz, right, on that last play?
Jerry Kaminsky might be the best quarterback that Montana sees this year. He's as good as it gets. You can't let a guy like that sit back and decide where he's going to go with the football. He did it all day long, and Montana found out late that they needed to pressure him to create opportunities for him to not get the ball downfield and convert time after time again.
What a game in Missoula. 24-23, Montana winners over North Dakota, and this Fighting Hawks team is going to do a lot of damage in the Missouri Valley Football Conference. Keep an eye on this team, but 2 teams that seem destined for the playoffs this year.
Year to year, North Dakota has gotten so good, and now with the quarterback and the offense that they've had, I would not be shocked to see if they are not in contention for the Missouri Valley Football Conference Championship.
Let's take a look at the Whitefish Credit Union player of the game. Keali'i Ayat, he got it done when they needed it.
Well, he was able to create plays downfield when Montana needed it, just what you said. He struggled a little bit early, but he didn't get rattled, and that's something that he's graduated from in the past. He was able to stay calm, command the offense, and that was probably the play of the game on that 4th and 11 conversion.
300 yards through the air, couple touchdowns. Let's head down on the field with our Whitefish Credit Union player of the game. Here's Kyle.
Yeah, guys, I'm here with Keali'i Ayat. Keali'i, I mean, first take a breath, right, and soak it all in. Just walk me through what's going through your mind right now that you guys completed this comeback.
Crazy game, just one play at a time, trying to stay calm, trying to execute every play that we had, and I knew I had to make up for all the mistakes I had, so just play at a time, and credit to our team, we were resilient today.
Walk us through that final drive. Obviously, 4th and 12, you keep the play alive and you find Josh wide open, and then obviously right after that, you hit Brooks for the touchdown. Walk us through that drive and how you were able to stay composed.
I just say Coach Pease drew it up perfectly, trusted him, and just Brooks, Josh made hell of a plays when it mattered most.
You're no stranger to this atmosphere at Washington-Grizzly Stadium, but to win a game like this in this atmosphere, just how much does this mean to you right now?
I mean, it means a lot. I mean, our fans were here throughout the whole game. It was sloppy at first, but we came out, and credit to the North Dakota. They're a great team, and I'm just proud of our guys.
No doubt about it. Well, Keali'i, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. Go celebrate with your guys. We'll send it back to Trey and Jordan.
Thank you, Kyle. What a win for Montana football, and they lost last year at North Dakota, and they turned the tables with a crazy second half.
Yeah, I think the story of the game is just Montana sticking with it and overcoming adversity. I think Kaylee Ayat said it well. I would say if you had to put it in a nutshell, it would just be to stay with it, and that's what Montana did.
24-23. Thanks to Jordan Tripp, Kyle Hansen, our entire Scripps Sports crew. Thanks for watching Big Sky Football today from Missoula as the Grizz hold off the Fighting Hawks. Join us again next week. Another Missouri Valley team comes calling Indiana State in Missoula to take on the Grizz. Pre-game starts at 12:30 along these Scripps stations. Stick around for the Montana Chevy Dealers post-game report coming up next. Grizz win at 24-23. Viewers of Montana switch to the spot Mountain for post-game coverage. Montana winners in dramatic fashion on home turf.